Boop boop. Hello?
Oh!
Boop. I had to hold my breath for a second there.
I knew it was coming, but it seemed to come out of nowhere.
Sorry, I was listening to music and I was trying to time it with that. Hi. Hi, Cyborg. Hi, Space Chicken. Hi, Wizard. Thank you for the 10 months, Wizard.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, that play. Well,
Nice to see you guys.
that was called Songs for a Fight / Chase Scene.
Oh.
Oh, Cyborg, thanks for 34 months.
Hey.
Tier 3. Jesus fucking Christ. Thank you for the tier 3. That's wild. Thank you. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Boop and boop.
Don't worry, Cyborg. I got the NPC name. It's written down. I guess I'm gonna just have to throw some NPCs at you guys to fight soon because
they can be friendly NPCs.
This list is. I think they would have to start off as enemies.
To lovers?
Ah, enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Speaking of Haiku and Ethel. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God! All right, Gerald Wank Tower.
Wank Tower.
Fucking hell!
Oh my goodness. It's going on the list.
I was trying to think of some other way of pronouncing that, but there really isn't.
Wank
It has to be
Tower.
Wank Tower.
I mean, we might as well just go for like Wanky McWankface at that point. Like, come on.
No, that's definitely still worse.
Definitely still worse. Giving me work to do now. Can we start? We're gonna start. Hold off on your NPC. Okay.
You did this to yourself, really.
Did I? I don't know if I did.
Actually, no. Docs did this to us, I think. No. It was Jack who said that. I don't know why I thought you said that for a second.
Nobody could have seen this coming. Okay. Anyway, let's play some D&D. Quickly moving on so that we can get into the to the intro. Last session, we had a very RP heavy session in which Nerdy had a wonderful massage. Turns out the masseuse was one of Haiku's diaspora cousins, who you bumped into, who owns a tavern here. Who's been using a magical urn, apparently, this entire time to make very, very cheap booze that he's been giving out pretty much on the reg. He's made some money from it, but he's not rolling in cash. He's broken his magical item. That's what he's done. He'd used it too many times. And with many magical items, if you use the last charge, there's always a chance that it breaks. And that's what had happened. You guys had gone in separate ways briefly to grab Eleron, the resident wizard that you had accompanying you, and say, listen, we're going to go do your tower now. We're going to go clear it out. You've got to come with us. And if you're going to come with us, you need to kind of tell the council that you exist. So he's got to do that this morning, whilst you guys had a reuniting moment between Haiku and Sasura, Haiku's cousin. An important point is that Haiku sacrificed a magical gem that you had. You had a magical gem that you realized was something that was capable of adding an additional charge to magical items that contain a charge, and that you could sort of game the system where a magical item has broken due to lack of charges. You could sort of boot it up, kind of like use that gem to kind of push it past the 0 mark into the 1, and allowing you to kind of charge those items again. And you donated that item very, very generously to Sasura so that he could continue his lifestyle. Allowing the citizens of Suzale to drink cheap at the upturned Tortle. And then you guys were like, yeah, so cool, let's go off and do the tower. And I was like, cool, starting next session, you're going to be right at the doors of the tower, and that's what we're going to do. Before we do begin there, we will, of course, do our prompts as we do every week to get ourselves in the heads of our characters, an important component of every game. And we have a very interesting prompt this time around. I'm sure we've all got lengthy and interesting responses to.
Mm-hmm.
What's our prompt, players?
The prompt is, how does your character feel about other members of the party dating relations of members of the party?
Are we going to
was a-
The other
specify
part is family
specific
members.
relation?
Yeah, sorry, that was a much more succinct way to put it. How does your character feel about other characters dating their family members? There we are.
I feel like we should start with Haiku.
I haven't even written the question down yet. Never mind.
Oh, okay, never mind. Never
He's
mind. Don't mean to put
note-taking.
you on the
We
spot.
normally do the
Yeah.
because
You
we
came up
normally
with the
do
question,
prompt
but-
and then a recap and then to answer the prompt. That's what went wrong.
Wait, do you take
Yes, this is my
notes on all
fault.
of our character answers every time?
No, just mine.
Oh, okay, okay. No, that's fine. I just
I
was
think
gonna
that's
think
fine,
it
but
was really
very
cute.
funny.
Yeah.
I write
I
down
was
the
like,
question
oh,
every
that's really
time.
sweet. That's still
Okay.
yeah, that's still really sweet. So for Neurally, in general, it doesn't seem like, if you love your party members and their family are cool too, then, like whatever. I think it would be a bit weird to date one of her family members because she only has like the bad guy and then an angel mom. So, but I guess if like you and mom hit it off,
Hot bad guy.
hot bad guy,
Canonically.
unfortunately.
Mm.
Canonically.
Canonically.
That's true. Maybe he could be won over. Maybe.
Redemption arc.
Somehow
incoming.
don't feel
Change
like
him.
it. But I
can
kicked him.
change it.
No. Oh God. But yeah, like maybe a little complicated for her family members just because of the specific situation, but doesn't seem like a bad idea in general.
So let's imagine that we've got an RP scenario where you meet your mum and Haiku immediately starts flirting with her.
Why Haiku? What the
Because it's the most
hell?
obvious answer.
Obviously,
It's the most
Haiku.
likely.
Obviously.
Haikus the resident flirt. Come on. You can't, that's not a diss. This is a positive, this is a sex
Is that
positive
Riz?
space.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you
it's
just
not
can't
my
help it.
fault. It's not my fault if your angel mom ends up being hot, is it? It's not my fault.
I mean, of course she is. First of all, she's an angel mom, and also, have you seen Neurally? Like, come on.
That's true. That's
Of
very
course
true.
she's hot.
Okay,
Have
so
you
when
seen
they meet.
So when
Listen, that's
Foreshadowing.
up to mom. If she wants to make angel turtle babies, that's that's whatever.
Angel turtle babies.
where do the wings come out?
I don't think they'd have wings. I think the shells are just moons.
Okay,
Oh,
so
the
this is
shell
actually
opens
something.
up like a ladybug.
Oh my god.
That works.
It's the
That's
Elsie
actually
answer.
really cute. This is a long-standing beef I have with the way that people depict winged humanoids. The wings can't come from your shoulder blades. It doesn't make sense for flight. They have to come from your lower back. It makes more sense aerodynamically and for weight distribution. So it would be fine for them to come from the bottom of the shell is what I was going to say, but I really love like a ladybug. That's so cute.
Wait, also, surely that depends on how the humanoid flies. Because if you fly this way round, like legs dangling, then it makes sense to have the wings up high.
But her point is that that's less aerodynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's like not how it
It's still.
works.
I mean, you would still be like
If they
hunched
fly like
over,
this-
hanging the whole rest of your body. Whereas if they were coming
That
from
makes
your
sense.
lower back, then you're still flying upright, but
It's
the
much
whole
less
bottom
stable.
half of your body isn't dangling. No, it's
But-
more stable.
Not if you're flying this way on, because all the weight needs to be below the wing to be stable. Like an aeroplane.
None of us are capable
This is-
what
answering
is-
this
Extremely important.
effectively.
What if we have like helicopter wings instead? That would fix the problem, right?
Just out of your head.
Yeah,
I hate
like
it.
like
No, I hate it.
Inspector Gadget.
Wow, Inspector Gadget reference in the year of our Lord 2025. My childhood. Wow. That's amazing.
Flying works by magic.
Ah,
Valid
I did
point.
not consider that point.
Cyborg, a valid point. Especially for angels.
Anyway, if mom wants to flirt with Haiku, mom can flirt with Haiku. That's
Oh
fine.
yeah, we're answering questions. Aren't we?
Anyone else?
Sure. I don't think I said haiku. Why? That's not. I've never played haiku.
Not once.
I don't think Athale would be too fussed. I think that he would probably be more. The thing he would care about is it not being like secretive. Like he wouldn't want it to be kept from him and and that kind of thing. But rather just be like out in the open kind of thing.
Would he be impressed if they've managed to woo your family?
Possibly.
There you go, Haiku. That's how you get in with Thale. Quest unlocked.
Oh no.
Just
I've
I know.
enjoyed everything about writing my character's
Put it in
backstory.
the active quests and mysteries
Always.
channel in Discord.
We have
Always
learned
be an
something.
orphan.
I was
Always
gonna
be an
say,
orphan.
we've now officially learned that Thale has family.
Oh, you're right. Lore unlocked.
We didn't know
Question
that.
mark.
Mm.
Interesting.
We didn't know that for
Interesting. No. Valid.
Pretty sure Thale's talked about that in or I've spoken about that for Thale in prompts before.
Only super duper mega vaguely.
Oh, okay.
You've talked about like
Fair enough.
Nemesis and school stuff and maybe vaguely
Mhm.
parents, but nothing more than that.
Okay.
And, mentioning things from when you were younger, it doesn't mean that they're still around. But this potentially means there's people still
That's
around.
fair.
Nah, and they're fuckable.
Does the fuckable rule follow the edible rule? Anything is fuckable once?
Listen, let's move on.
Alright, anyway.
Someone else, please answer the question.
Someone else. Jenny, only you can save us.
I'm conflicted between because Oro is adopted, so she only has an adoptive mom that she's like considers maybe actual family, but she would probably consider the circus of an extended family.
Mhm.
So I'm inclined to say it would be weird if one of you tried to date my mom, but if you tried to date someone else in the circus, I think it would be fine. But I don't. But maybe it would be fine if you like were really chill and like were really nice to my mom, and maybe it was fine. But my instincts say no, that's weird. So I can't tell which one to answer. So maybe it depends. You'd have to convince me. Maybe that's it.
Fair enough.
What about you, Haiku?
About Haiku?
I mean, I kind of answered it last session. Like, I think initially they were a bit weirded out by the suggestion, but kind of, sort of pragmatically would be, it's not. It's like you really care in the grand scheme of things. Probably does, as long as they're both, consenting. They're both okay with it, and to be honest, I've got so many cousins and whatnot that there's bound to be, at least one of them who, is your taste.
It's honestly, we've got so many cousins. It's bound to happen eventually.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
surprised it hasn't happened accidentally already. I mean, Christ, Tortles have to be careful about it.
Fucking hell. Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much, everyone, for giving us insights into the weird shit that goes on in your brains and your characters.
That's just every time we play D&D. I hate to break it to you.
I'm okay with it.
I just like to
I think
emphasize
I come back every week.
that came to my head in the moment. I wasn't pre-thinking about that.
No, you've definitely been thinking about that for 2
Mhm.
weeks.
In Haiku's
You guys
backstory.
own part of a tavern, an inn somewhere in Cormier. What's going on there this week?
So, we're dead into winter. Maybe it's gotten a little cold, a little snowy a couple of times. And they decided, since there's not as much like working of the land and stuff going on, that they would have a little ice sculpting festival. Dig some ice out of a nearby frozen water source and see what people could come up with. And there are two prizes, which ultimately are just drinks. And if there's like kids, there's like books or something. But one is for like technical prowess, and one is for like artistic vision. So like points for creativity, points for ability.
Okay, all right. So who wins?
Ooh, who wins? I feel like there is probably like a younger person who didn't pull off the sculpting in the most beautiful way, but made like a real rough but cute sculpture of Shirsifer. Shirsifer? Is that how?
Shirsifer.
Okay. Because they heard the stories of the dragon who used to live in the inn. So it wasn't exact like people who can remember what Shirsifer looked like, or like,
Mhm.
it looks like a dragon though. That's really cute. And they
Right, right,
managed
right.
to make it look like it was flying on like a cloud or something.
Okay, cool,
Um,
cool.
And then the resident blacksmith showed like surprised everyone, shocked everyone by sculpting a really technically beautiful likeness of a horse,
Very nice. Very nice.
because they're the blacksmith
Uh,
and farrier.
Do they put their
Very
own
good.
shoes on it?
They
Very-
did real shoes, in
Yeah.
fact. They real little tiny metal
Yeah.
horseshoes.
Well, you're lucky because a traveling hot chocolate salesman heard about this event and decided to stop in, and paid a little bit of money to take the spot right outside so that he could help to supply. And you made a net total of 31 gold pieces.
Oh my God.
Chuffing hell.
The
Holy
hot
shit.
chocolate costs a lot, and you got a cut.
That's true.
Oh,
This
Yeah.
town,
Hell
like,
yeah.
how much money do these people have? It's
Well,
crazy.
this is. I mean, it's going straight through the King's Forest, so this is like, it's not a million miles off of, and it would be on the route if any nobles were coming through out of Suzail, they wanted to go hunting, that kind of thing. They would be going through the King's Forest and eventually through
Also,
Edluck.
now people know the completionists own it. So, like, of course, they're stopping by just to
True,
hear
Ah.
stories, see if we're there.
true. And there's a portal to the Feywild not that far away.
Trip to the
You're
Feywild.
getting visitors from far afield.
Won't
Okay.
Haiku hyperventilating at the thought.
Okay. We start today's session with you guys stood in front of the kind of the gates of the Emerald Spire. So this is several towers, really. It's one larger tower with a smaller tower kind of attached to. And what you tend to find is that there is a perimeter wall with a gate in it that is already slightly ajar. You push it aside, and it isn't especially fancy. You see that there is a path that leads up to the main house. The towers themselves have a green painted appearance to them. They look like they've seen better days, but they are very clearly of exquisite make. At some point when this was created, this was a extremely kind of over the top vision for this what a traditional wizard tower should look like. It is maybe a slightly dated in design, but it is impressive, and it looks over the vast majority of the city. The walls look like they've been put up recently, as in within the last 20-30 years. They don't look anywhere near as grandiose. The gates themselves match that appearance. You walk on your way through, you see as you look up into the tower itself that many of the windows have light in them, so you know that somebody is home. The cold air starts to nip at you a little bit, and you're thinking quite gratefully that you're going to be inside soon enough as you step up to the grand doors, and you find yourself waiting patiently to figure out how the fuck you're going to get inside, because the door looks very much locked.
I mean, just because it looks locked doesn't mean it is.
Absolutely.
Try it.
We're learning.
Wizard tower door. Just, you know.
I would
Yep.
I feel like
to
if Haiku just tries to open the door, Nurley's like, maybe we should make sure that it's not going to explode or something first.
Oh, good point. Could I think Oro, do you mind to help me have a look, see at the door, see if there's any
Guidance.
footsteps?
Starting strong.
Are we barging in here? Is that what we're doing? We're not knocking, or
We didn't really talk about it. What are what? I've never taken someone's home before. I don't really
Which
know
is
what the standard
surprising.
protocol is here.
We've done a lot of things together. This is our first taking someone's
The
home.
The problem is, if we knock and they're in, then we have this awkward interaction of going, "Oh, hi."
Hello, Centero! Elrond enunciates loudly. Nothing happens. They changed the fucking password? What a bastard!
Well,
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of like the first thing you do when you get a new place, right? You make sure no one else has a key.
Athale
Listen.
walks up to the door.
Oh, I'm gonna get this guy. It's gonna be my tower again. We're gonna get them, guys. We're gonna get them. I'm so excited.
So we just walk in and
Stupid.
tell them.
These nuts,
Go ahead.
Laren.
A rumble, a click, several latches undo
I
themselves.
understand what it means more now.
What the fuck did you say? What's the password?
Do not worry about it.
Did he,
We're in.
did he change it to?
Did he just say scoop of these nuts?
Scoop.
Scoop. Yeah, scoop.
Scoop these nuts.
Scoop
I
it.
guess
Scoop us these nuts. Oh, papaya.
Papaya, thanks so much for the
Thank you
£15
very
tip.
much.
Papaya.
That goes to the Tom's D&D allowance for the month. So thank you. That's very sweet of
Thank
you.
you
I
very much.
appreciate it. It's very kind.
Nice to see you, Paps.
Mhm.
I was talking about you the other day. It helps to
Always
pay
glad to see papaya.
other creators because I use the money to pay for maps and stuff. Thank you very much. So you've stepped up to the front door, and before the squad starts to roll out with the lock picking and all that kind of stuff, Athale steps up and says, "What?"
Suketh dis nuts, Laren. Laren.
Oh, Suketh.
Suketh dis nuts as well, not these nuts.
Oh,
Dis-
right.
singular.
I honestly thought it's
Legally
Singular.
distinct.
At least 30% different. Oh
What
yeah, I
the
forgot
fuck?
that you know this guy. That makes sense.
Listen,
So yeah,
I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready to go. Elrond opens the kind of the side of his wizard robe, and you see that he's got tens of wands. And kind of close it up again. I'm fucking ready. You want me with you? I'm here. Let's go.
so just really quick before we go in, are we just gonna walk in and be like, "Hey, this actually belongs to Elrond. You should all leave and see what happens," or are we just gonna start blasting? What is? I feel like she could say that because of haiku.
Wait, we're blasting?
Oh, God.
What is our? Maybe we should try to ask. Maybe.
Hi guys.
We probably should try the
Yeah.
diplomatic route first.
Yeah.
God, what have the
Gonna-
sun done to me? God.
Open the door and peek
Diplomatic
in.
route.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna let you guys lead if you're gonna do a whole being nice thing. This guy took my fucking tower. Shall I could be invisible. Should I do that? Should I stay
Oh, if you want to.
in the background?
Follow your heart, Elrond.
Yeah, follow you.
I'll be here with you.
Honestly, you could just stand behind me. You're not the tallest fella.
Let me do something
his shell
fun,
is very
Haiku, for
big.
once.
Oh, sorry, I just don't want you to spend too much energy so early in the day.
He brings a wand out and he casts invisibility on himself, and you see that he shimmers away.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nearly, literally, like encouraging. Like, even though Elrond probably with Spellbook might even be more powerful than Nearly, she's like, "Ooh, good job."
Who's most likely to get a positive response out of this guy? Like, Athale, are you gonna?
I mean, Athale's just
Oh,
opened the
actually,
fucking door,
maybe.
so should.
But
mean-
I think we were a little unclear. Did you two have a falling out? Is that why you didn't want to talk to them the other day?
They may have feelings.
So maybe
I-
not you talk to them.
No.
Oh,
We had a deal, and they did not hold up their end of the deal, and I have not held my end of the deal.
Oh,
I
so you're
consider
even.
Well, they
that.
did it first, right?
Indeed.
I mean, it sounds like you're equal then.
I think so, but I've worked with enough people to know not everyone will necessarily see it that way.
So maybe I should then? Okay, I'm peek in the door. Hello?
Okay, give me 2 seconds whilst I set up the map, which I should have done before, but I didn't. I've got this here. We'll put Nugget in there. We'll put. Who am I missing? Who am I missing?
Nugget?
No, I'm missing Noelle right there. There we go.
I swear I'm here.
You are definitely. Oh, and the brand new token. Aileron. Who is here, but invisibly.
Silly.
And we'll move you over.
Indubitably.
Of the first of the tower maps. Oh. There you are. Hey, so you find yourself in the front kind of antechamber of the tower. This is a room that several of these rooms are going to be rooms that Ethael has traveled through. Ethael has not gone into the deep depths of the tower, but just the first handful of rooms. He's been given a little bit more leeway because he's worked with Liarum, but not so much that you've kind of like explored the whole tower.
Reign. Got the front door entry, but that's about.
So you are currently in the front door.
You're currently stood in the darkness.
Oh, you can't see.
I can see.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see.
What?
My eyes.
There you go.
Just open them,
Oh no, he's been blinded.
I've opened my eyes. I can see once more.
It's just some classic Roll20 shit here, where selected token, save changes. There you go. Where for some reason the default token stuff doesn't have vision.
Oh.
And you got to add vision to every token.
Classic Roll20, forever pushing the boundaries of online D&D.
Downwards. Oh dear me.
They know what it takes for me to stop.
Pay me real money.
Not even pay me. Pay Johnny it.
Can everyone see stuff? You can see stuff now?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So you enter the tower, and rather than seeing some regal chamber that's nice and welcoming, you see boxes on boxes on boxes on boxes. This is not dissimilar from what Ethael has previously seen. This, as you're aware, is largely where he will take kind of deliveries. And as you're aware, he tends to trade a lot in magical items. You have primarily worked as someone who finds those items so that he can, you're not sure entirely what he does with them. You've largely assumed that he is trading with them. He's finding them maybe for buyers and selling them on, or perhaps he has his own interest in those items. It's very difficult to know which is which or when it's an item for someone else or for him. He tends to try and keep fairly private, so that there are limits to how much you know about him. But you are aware that this particular room is largely where he takes his deliveries. Several of the boxes seem to be open and maybe even empty, but you do see that there are a couple who appear to be kind of nailed shut still.
Is this the back door? It's a bit. I guess I expected something fancier from someone so fancy.
It does feel like a bit of like an anticlimax, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like wonderful sort of Emerald Tower on the outside, and inside it's just boxes. I mean,
Not many people come into the tower, I suppose.
Huh.
Are we we here to steal, or are we just negotiating a tower?
Well, are we criminals?
I think that depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
I don't think we should start off by stealing.
Murder
not-
first, steal after.
What you're saying is, on the
Ask
way out,
first,
on the
murder
way out,
second.
I can just go, grab something from a box. Is what you're saying?
What I'm thinking is maybe we can just be like, hey, Elrond's alive and in town, and this is his tower, and you should go. And if your friend, not friend, is like, fair enough, then great, and they can take their stuff. But everything else, kind of a middle ground. And if he dies, then it's no longer stealing.
But wizards' towers belong to whoever is living in them. So Elrond
Jesus.
left the tower. Like,
It's
I
like
do
a really
not.
bad system of ownership. It's almost like they want to be killed so that somebody else can just have the tower.
So when they refuse,
It's a meritocracy.
Can you
I do
imagine
not know
every
what that is.
time we leave the manor, it's no longer ours. Like, that's insane.
You don't just leave for a weekend.
How long do you leave for?
Listen, it's very clear that this is a nebulous and archaic system. Okay, just respect it.
What I'm asking though is when Liarum refuses, then
Then
what?
we murder him.
And become criminals.
It's very standard in wizarding society. I'm really sure this is something you're going to have to bump up against when you get your own tower.
Why should you
I
respect
don't
the
want
system
a tower.
when the system doesn't respect you?
Listen, I'm just saying that if we don't take this back, some other cooler wizard's going to rock up and kill Liarum because he's a fucking wimp. And I want it to be me.
What is the name of the magic machine? The collator? Colander?
Calculate.
The colinator.
Calculator.
That's a different thing that Haiky's built.
Wait, what is?
The colinator.
Colon.
It's just a prototype endoscope. It's a prototype endoscope.
The calculator.
Prototype
Endoscope.
calculator. The calculator took all the information, right? So can you just look up really quick what if we kill the wizard who owns the tower, does that make us criminals, or is that actually just part of the system? Right? You could just look that up really quick.
It's okay if it's someone taking back their own tower.
But it is not your tower because you are not.
It was
dead.
though.
It was.
Yeah, but by that, it's not your tower though. By these fucking idiotic rules.
That's the problem. This is what I have been
up the rules,
trying
Haiku.
to say.
Listen, I'm a war wizard. He's not a war wizard. He's just a dude who likes to cast spells, which means I am a legal entity. He's just a guy. You think just guys have legal rights? No.
Oh, we're getting into sovereign citizen state here. Oh. Can I use the calculator to look up if there's any forms that relate to this or anything like that?
Sure. Yeah, you absolutely can. Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation. Guidance. I don't know why that's an advantage. That should be an 11. Shit.
It's fine. I'll just take the 11.
Made that 15.
15. You are able to track down that there are several documents about legal disputes of tower ownership. You don't have copies of them, but you can see the names of the forms and you're aware that they exist. There do appear to be forms that relate specifically to deceased wizards and occupation of towers.
Okay, so that's basically just reinforced that this is a massively overcomplicated system.
You're making it complicated. We just kill the guy and it becomes my tower.
And we become murderers.
You guys will be chill. I'm a war wizard, bro. Relax.
I mean, to be fair, we've got away
if the law gets mad, yeah, we were hired by a war wizard to get his tower back, as far as I'm concerned. And we're gonna ask him to leave. He probably won't want to die, right? He's not.
Can
seems like
I do an insight check to see what I think Liarum would
Sure.
Because like I've met him before.
Yeah.
Like what like vibe would I get?
If you have friends, then you're in a friendship, and that's a ship, so you're under maritime law. That's how it works.
Even with a -1,
Mhm.
a fairly impressive
Natural
roll.
19, baby.
This guy,
Actually, it's a dirty 19. But...
dirty 19. This guy, in your interactions with him, he's pretty full of himself. You are confident that he is going to probably have. He's smart. He's full of himself. What you aren't sure of is his ability.
Yeah.
You know
definitely gonna
that
be
he has
blustery.
acquired an awful lot of magical items.
Mhm.
And if he's not selling them, then he has them. And then he may use those against you. It occurs to you that someone who has a vast armory of magical items might put up a fight.
Yes. I think Liarum will certainly not back down. At least not initially. He's definitely one with a lot of bluster. I do not know of his ability. I've never seen him fight. Nobody has challenged him for this tower, however. Which, if it was going to be easy, someone probably would have, by the sounds of what Elrond has been saying.
Maybe we
He
should
also
look
has
along
a
the
lot
way.
of magical items.
Yeah. Maybe we should look along the way for any kind of proof that he's a bad guy.
I can
Aren't
see
That'll make
magical
you feel
items
better.
illegal?
Having magical items are not illegal, no.
No matter what they do.
I mean, no, not really. There are certain types
Okay.
of magic that are more regulated, but you'd have to go to the Council of Mages, which you've been invited to.
We'll get to that. All right, well, which way should we go? You've been here before, right, Athale?
So just to clarify, because this is confusing. Both of these doors to your west and to your south both lead out of the building. So it doesn't matter which of them you came
Okay.
into, but the only way is north.
Oh, okay. And there are two doors though, north and then northwest. Or does the northwest one also lead
Those are
outside?
windows.
Oh, I see the window symbol now, actually. Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
Ooh.
Just
And you
kidding.
can see out of them. It's crazy.
madness.
Wow. Love that.
See the void.
It shouldn't be void. It's just outside the tower.
Its tower exists in a dark void of nothing.
Do any of the boxes look particularly fancy?
No, but you do note that one of them has the actually several of them have the sigil of the Gilded Gauntlet on it.
Oh. Did he start the Gilded Gauntlet, I wonder? I guess we'll find out. Well,
This is the only way.
okay. We should go then,
well.
I guess.
Feel free to move your tokens.
I don't want to go in front, is all.
I'll
I think
check the
Athea will
door.
probably lead the way for knowing, like,
Yes, that's fair.
okay.
I'll move Elrond with you.
Athea, like, already has his hand on the door as you're, like, checking it, because it's just used to walking in here.
Understandably.
It's never been trapped before.
Ma'am, the door is opened. It was not trapped. What you see in front of you is a gorgeous dining hall in which you see numerous well put together tapestries lining each of the walls. You can see them here, various multicolored. But something looks a little bit off about them. Each of them depict Liarum. The visual style of Liarum looks a little bit awry. It all looks maybe a little bit too high resolution, as it were. Like it doesn't quite blend in with the rest of the image. The rest of the image, you see gatherings of friends and family. One of them you recognize. The rest of them being these kind of grand displays of victory and defeat. What on earth's going on over here?
Me and Jack were writing the same thing at the same time, but he was just going
Yeah,
together.
that's
That one brain cell combining together to be anti-AI, which I'm more than happy for it to be taken.
Regardless, I mean, what you do see is that there is one painting in particular that looks a little bit off. Now, before you're able to properly investigate it, in front of you, you see 3 individuals sat at this table. There is food laid out and the plates in front of them, and you can see that a couple of cards have been placed out as well. They seem to be playing Top Dungeons. And these 3
them when they die.
individuals, one a human, masked human who is wearing half plate armor, a mace at his hip. One high elf who appears to have a lute on her back with long brown hair and a tight corset. And a femme tabaxi who you can see has the roughest coat of fur you've ever seen. But it looks like they've put some real effort into trying to tame it, and it just hasn't worked. It looks like they've done the proper licking and trying their best to pull it down, and it just has been extremely resistant. So the fur looks a little damp, and they look a little bit kind of offset and a bit on edge. They're sat there looking bored as hell.
Do I recognize them?
No, you don't recognize them. Hello? Oh my god. It is the completionists. The human, human stands up. You see a symbol of helm around his neck. I'm so happy to meet you. He kind of walks over and he's very upright as he walks. He strides over confidently, holds out one hand to whomever is closest. If it was Ethael who comes through the door first, I imagine.
And then he ignores me because he's like, I don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, goes straight past you. It is so good to meet you. My name is Frederick.
Oh, nice to meet you, Frederick.
Frederick Van Ort. I am a big fan of your exploits.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
To what do we owe the privilege? I do apologize. These are my compatriots. This is Helena, and this is Good Vibrations.
Oh, what a name!
And we've got to the suggested NPC names.
No, actually. The Tabaxi tend to have names that are like things, as opposed to like Helena or Frederick.
Cool.
You know what's funny is I just assumed that they were both song titles, and Helena from My Chemical Romance and then Good Vibrations the song. Which I'm not actually sure is the name of the song, but well, we have some business with Liarum, twofold actually, I guess, in a way.
Oh well, don't we all? We have been waiting him for quite some time. He has been a very frustrating patron. Truly, we cannot get anything out of him. Have you been working with him for long?
Look at Ethael.
Yes.
Have you spoken to him recently?
Not
He has not given us any work in months.
I have only come back from a job that he sent me on recently. It was quite the ordeal.
Oh, so you were away for a long time then?
Indeed.
I have really struggled to... Sorry, do go on, Nerly. I'm just so happy to be here.
I forgot you would know our names already. Are you part of the Gilded Gauntlet, or just working independently?
No, of course not. No, I would never. We are adventurers.
Oh,
We have not
lovely.
found a name yet, but we could. We will think of one.
Do you mean
the names come to you?
For our adventuring group, we have not found one.
We didn't have one for a long time, Haiku.
Oh, really?
We were just us.
Oh, I suppose.
And then it just kind of happened.
Have we never been known you lot? Never mind.
Have you been waiting long with no work?
We have been doing quests here and there, especially with the Guild of Adventuring, but they are so. We have outgrown them, and we have been doing hard work for Liarum for maybe a year at this point. But the last 6 months or so, he has been distant and hard to contact. We came today to petition him for some more work. He has been distant.
There is so much work in this city. Perhaps.
Yes, he is someone who I've been. He has offered us assistance, and we were hoping to continue our professional relationship so that we can get that assistance. And it has not come to fruition.
Thale is trying to do a thing that he is not good at. Want to try, like, Athale wants to try and persuade them that they should be, like, they shouldn't bother. Like, they should go and find someone else to work for. Whatever he's offered them is not worth it.
Okay.
Can I jump in and help by adding to the conversation?
What would you like to add?
Depending upon what Athale says.
Let's hear what Athale has to say first, and feel free to add onto it.
Yes, I am also giving up on Liarum after the last quest he sent me on, which led me all the way to Cholt, only for the information he gave me to be vastly out of date and incorrect.
Oh my god.
And that's why you ended up in that like ethereal prison thing.
Exactly, for several years.
Oh my goodness.
The only reason I escaped is because these fine adventurers happened to be passing through there for other reasons.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I would not
Roll me a
work
persuasion check with advantage.
I also want to use my D6. Writing is so small.
Ooh, a good roll. Good roll. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. Oh, that sounds terrible. An extra planar prison. Cholt? We have only collected small baubles for him, but that is very dangerous.
Indeed.
Why does everyone keep sounding so disgusted by Cholt?
It is just far away.
I would love to visit, but only a short amount of time. I have no plans on taking the boat over there. It is months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Think of it kind of like when we went to the Feywild, Haiku. Like the place itself was lovely, but it's like a long journey. You know, it's arduous getting there and getting back.
We have commitments that we need to return to. We had hoped that Liarum would help us obtain specific items to complete, what we wanted to do.
I've worked with Liarum long enough to know that that is unlikely that you will get whatever he has promised you.
Sounds like what you are saying is accurate. If even the completionists have found this, maybe we should leave.
What magic items are you looking for? And is it for yourself or for him?
It is a long story, but since I have the attention of the completionists, maybe you have thoughts. We are from your sister neighbor country. We are from Semia, and there we are under duress.
I'm so sorry.
My village, I'm losing the accent. It's because of the goddamn wear wigs shit in the chat. It's knocked me off my point.
No.
What would be a good anchor accent phrase to say? Mein Gott. I'll do. You bastards. You bastards. You know how hard it is to keep an accent going?
Listen, German accents are hard, okay?
It's so hard.
So are British accents.
Just picture we're playing Hunt, Tommy. You always seem to come up with a German accent playing that.
Better than your Japanese.
Why would we introduce that to this? Why would you think that?
Shots fired.
Oh, regardless. So
I'm
funny.
just actually trying to help you there, you know.
Just immediately go thrown under the bus.
That's right. Fuck you.
What on earth was I saying? Shit.
That
They
was
were under
village.
duress.
Mein Gott.
His village. Mein Gott.
Magical items.
Is that the name of the village?
I think it's the sister country was under duress.
So he's in Sembia.
Symbia.
He's from Sembia. And I had written this down somewhere. Hello?
Mein Gott, where's it gone?
Where has it gone? Mein
Would
Gott.
it be too early to take a bio break while you search that down? Because I could use one.
Yeah, go for it. An ad's about to start, so it's good timing.
Okay.
Oh, overlap.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
Oh,
wow.
The ads are going to start in 30
Down
seconds
it,
anyway.
down.
Chug, 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 chug,
Oh, I'm not
chug.
going to chug it.
Drink your orange juice.
It's apple juice.
Sorry.
Oh.
It's apple juice.
It's apple juice. I've never been more offended in my life.
All right, ads are about to start.
Where is my do-good penis? I don't know where it's gone.
Oh, where's my too good penis? Go piss, everyone. Piss break.
Don't need a wee at all. I've still got half my brain. I can't do it.
I don't
You
know
must
where the do-good
entertain.
penis is.
Ben.
So you buy me some time.
I'll entertain chat. No, I I'll be fine.
Where did I put this?
We may just have to have a second bio break.
I reckon if you stood up and walked towards the toilet, you'd suddenly need it.
It's the refilling of the drink though. One's not enough for a D&D session.
Oh, I found it. It was in the paragraph right next to the one that I was just looking at. So one thing that that Roll20 does that's fucking shit, Roll20, you fuckers,
Shit.
is that the GM opacity, that the GM layer opacity resets every time you launch Roll20. So I set it at 100% so I can fucking read my notes, and then every time it turns it down to 50, and my brain's too slow to realize that I need to change it back. And then I'm just here like squinting at my own notes, can't read them. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm just an idiot. And Roll20's shit.
Shit.
Sorry for disrupting your accent. It's okay. I'm not actually blaming you. It's my accents are okay for about 5 seconds, and then if I don't have someone to bounce them off of, I lose it very, very quickly. The German gets very quickly muddled with French. I found it. They're from Arkenbridge. They are from Arkenbridge.
Arkenbridge.
Bum, 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 bum. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Why not?
Hi, John. How you doing? How was everyone's weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Jack, do you have a good weekend?
Not bad.
How's it
Not bad.
back in Timberborn land?
Oh, yeah, I've been just sucked straight back into that. They've had an update where they've added more transport options. So one
Ooh.
of the factions can have zip lines, and the other faction can have like a series of tubes sucking them around the place.
A series of tubes.
Sick.
Yeah. So I've just started a tube system now. I've got them in a good place. Although they do seem to die out about every 4 droughts. I do seem to lose all but 10 beavers. But sacrifice for the great good. Oh yeah, no, the beavers in Timberborn can die. They die of old age, but they can dehydrate and die of that or die of hunger if you don't feed them.
Wow.
You could also contaminate them.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a good game though. Can recommend. Great soundtrack.
Oh, really?
It's just this one song which quite did.
No,
I'm not gonna.
go on.
Live.
We'll
We're
time.
live, Jack. We're live.
Hi, Noko. Oh, you missed fireworks? Good. I hope your puppy was okay with the missing fireworks. I hear they don't like them.
Fuck fireworks. Fuck loud ones.
Yeah, true.
Just make them silent.
It's a really interesting question, Space Chicken. I don't know how to answer it.
No,
Would
fuck
it be
type of
deadly?
question is that?
It would be deadly if there was no oxygen. Then it would be
Yeah, if
deadly.
there's no oxygen in farts, right?
Right?
I mean, if there is, it's not anywhere near
Right?
enough to breathe.
What
Need to go check on my guy in a tube, otherwise.
Fart in farts.
Need to go check on my guy in a tube. That's
Right.
I know, my guy.
Chemistry of farts.
Hi, Noko. Hi, John.
I think they're methane.
How have we got to this?
She barks at them. Good. As she should.
I don't know, because the human body, I can't imagine particularly wants to expel oxygen.
Yeah, but it's not. That's the wrong way for it. Like it probably is a little bit because you like swallow like air, and that's like the wrong side for using oxygen.
Mm.
We're putting
Farts
live.
do contain oxygen, but
Kind
it's a
of.
relatively small component. Primarily composed of nitrogen, along with smaller amounts of hydrogen, carbon dioxide, methane, and oxygen.
It's just going
They
to be
wouldn't last
whatever
long.
comes from digesting food and or bacteria digesting your food.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to vary
Reporting live
depending on
from
your
Guy in a
diet
Tube.
and your gut microbiota. Not so much you swallowing air.
I think we can agree that it's probably not a good idea to put someone in a glass tube.
Wow, we're really, tackling the big questions of our generation.
Sorry, it took me a long time to use the restroom, and that it came to this question.
Please come back sooner next time.
We all know what happened to Augustus Gloop.
You're
my
both
notes-
talking, I couldn't hear either of you.
But my notes were right next to what I was reading.
Yes, no.
These boys and their references.
Yeah. Very, very niche reference.
Niche reference of Augustus Gloop.
I am from Arkenbridge, and we are from Sembia. And we were hoping that he would help us find a magical item that would help us to rid some of the veil of darkness that has fallen over our country.
Veil of darkness.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. What is this veil of darkness like?
It is like sorrow and sadness and darkness all of the time.
Inky floating darkness in the air and things like that?
That sounds about right.
You know who is creating that?
We have
It's a different country.
a strong feeling that it is to do with our sovereign ruler.
Do we know who I wouldn't know who the sovereign ruler of another country is.
He he is called the Imperator Knight. You might think that that is not a good name for a good guy. You would be right. He is not good.
Hmm.
So we set out to smite him and free our nation. We were looking for a legendary blade called a Sun Blade. We found some items for Liarum, and he said that he would help us use them to find a Sun Blade, but we have not been able to persuade him to help us. He has gone. He was here a moment ago or a few hours ago, but I heard him. Well, he was here with us for a few hours. He does not like to talk business until after he has eaten. Only moments ago he left.
Right.
We
Where did he
heard
go?
an alarm go, an
Oh.
alarm spell. He looked at some kind of a magical item on his person, and then he left. He said he must go, and he left.
How soon was this? Like
Huh.
a few minutes ago?
This was like moments ago. Yes.
Oh.
You just missed him.
Where did he go?
He went through here, upstairs.
Right.
DM question.
Mm-hmm.
Absent Luna.
Yeah.
Was that like a corrupted Sunblade?
No, that was a magical item that you had found
Standalone. Okay.
that had been fucked up due to circumstances within that
Okay.
quest that I forget.
Yeah. No, I like
It wasn't a Sunblade.
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering if it had its properties because it had been like tainted or something, and maybe I could be like, well, there's one buried in a mountain that kind of collapsed, and you could maybe cleanse it. But that doesn't seem like the right direction to point them in. Have we come across any Sunblades? I don't think we have.
Nope. He says that he would help us. We found several items for him, and one of them was a book. Well, two of them were books, and he was going to help us to find them by using his magic, because we are efficient but not experts. But he has not done it.
What
And we were
books?
hoping to
You've
discuss.
done the work.
We were going to discuss business with him, but he has disappeared.
Can I just insight check them really quick? Because
Sure.
Nearly is.
Well,
Yeah,
help.
Yeah.
Can I
She's
help?
I
not
said-
super great at insight
Sorry for
checking.
butchering a German accent.
Just don't name what accent it is, and it's fine.
You're right, it's a fantasy accent.
Ooh, nice.
True.
Okie dokie, we've got a 12. What is it you're trying to glean?
Just how earnest he is, and if the story is plausible. Like, I feel like it is, but I just want to get a beat on how Nearly is feeling about this person.
Sure. Nearly feels like he seems to be a genuine enough guy. He seems like he was won over by your persuasive argument that he should get out of here.
Mhm.
It does appear to you that he is he's probably trying to appeal to you guys now as more famous adventurers. Perhaps you would be able to help him persuade
Help him out,
Liarum.
yeah. Athale, haven't you mentioned before that you have a way of like locating objects? Do you have to be familiar with the object first? I don't know how your magic works.
This is not.
Don't you have like a locate object spell? Sorry, go ahead.
I have in the past worked to locate objects using my skills. I do not have a specific spell that can immediately find a location of a Sunblade, but we might be able to hunt one down.
But maybe when we go to the Council of Mages next week, we could ask them if they have resources to help us find something like that.
That is one of the ways.
Okay. I'm gonna level with you. Liam's not exactly in our good graces, and we're gonna have a conversation with him today that might not go well for him. So I am concerned about the plight of your country. It sounds similar to some things that I've seen going on here. I don't know if they're related or not, and I would love to help you find a Sunblade if we could. But maybe this isn't the best place for you to be right now, just in case.
Oh,
And
if you are going to fight Liarum, I do not want to be here. We are very much supporters of your cause, but we are not ready for that.
no, 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 no. I was not going to ask you to join us. I was going to say you probably won't want to be here today, but that I would love to help you such as I can
You see
tomorrow.
the high elf. The high elf has been tuning lute in the background, and
Mhm.
she prepares to burst out in song. And she goes, "Frederick, think of the songs we could write if we just got involved. Even if we were standing in the background, I would have just enough to eke out a ballad." And he just goes, "Please shut up, Helena. You're embarrassing me in front of the completionists."
It's not embarrassing.
It
You
is
don't have to be
embarrassing,
embarrassed.
Noralie. I am embarrassed by Helena.
Oh,
I don't want to interrupt
Stop
everyone,
it.
but I've got to be off by 5.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
oh. Well, it's early. We've got hours.
I hate to keep you waiting.
I said if we're still here at 5, I'm fucking off.
Okay.
I mean, we got going at like 9 a.m., right? Like we have like a work day's worth of time.
Yeah,
before
you've got time. These guys have
Okay.
been here, eating breakfast with Liarum.
Okay.
Can I quick huddle everyone, and I'm gonna like pull us all together. Do we have any problem with sending them to the other tower just to be safe and wait for us to I'm worried that what's going on over there has to do with the stuff that we're dealing with, and maybe it would be good to help them so that they can also be contributing to the cause. But I don't want them to die here. How
What if they
DM
claim the
question.
tower?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think they should go to the tower. We could maybe just say we'll meet them at another place.
Oh, send it up to the upturned
turtle.
portal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DM question.
Mhm.
How strong do they seem?
That would be very difficult to determine without rolling some dice.
Sure.
I would take
peeked
an
out.
insight check.
Can I help?
Oh, hell yeah.
You absolutely can.
How strong do you think they are?
These guys are fucking.
Maybe-
You're
wait,
starting
I
to
was
think
supposed to
that
roll twice.
maybe.
Yeah, I'm helping.
She helped.
Oh, she's helping.
Oh.
That's it.
Why am I not just having Oro do this? What do you think, Oro?
Yeah,
people can roll
like plus 15 to her insight roll or something.
Uh-huh.
Listen, it's important that people get to roll dice, okay?
It's true. It's true. Nurley's not good at this. It's okay if she just doesn't know.
Yeah, it's fine. You are of the opinion that whilst maybe they look a little bit, wet behind the ears, it's possible that they have some, some hidden reserve valor, some experiences that you aren't able to see. Perhaps they are, relatively untouched and their armor still gleaming simply because they're really good and they've not been hit. You're not going to get any dinged up armor if you just don't get hit. Forehead.
True.
Don't need armor.
so-
just don't get hit.
Yeah.
Don't get hit.
So
we're sending them to the portal.
It's hard to tell precisely how experienced they are. They're clearly not as experienced as you. They could be. They seem competent. They seem competent adventurers. You trust them. They said that they had outgrown the quests from the Adventuring Guild.
Low level, but not beginners. Got it.
As far
So
as you're
they weren't
concerned.
like at our level. So
They're not quite at your level. Given your rolls, you would estimate, if there were levels in your brain as Nurali, which there aren't, you would estimate around a 9 or a 10.
So they're pretty okay.
Yeah, with your 3 and a 5.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not playing hard.
That's okay. I'm just making it clear that you know that what I'm telling you isn't necessarily the truth.
The actual truth. Yeah, no, I know. I kind of love it actually. Yeah, I think we should send them to the upturned turtle. How much were I almost said chiasmus. How much were Seisura's drinks? I forget. They were free for us. I'm gonna fish into my personal stash, and I'm gonna
Why are
give
we
them
giving
each.
money?
Nori loves
Because I'm
giving her
telling them to
money
go-
away. It's okay.
Mhm.
I do.
Not your money, Heiko. It's okay. It's okay.
Still, it's madness.
There's 3 of
Where's the
them. I'm
vitamin
gonna
D?
hand.
We're inside.
We're inside. I
One
told
brain
you the
cell.
rest of the 3 of us share the one other brain cell in this party. Ithale gets to keep his.
Quick, open the curtains.
I fish out 3 gold because there's 3 of them, right?
Yep.
And I hand Friedrich. I turn back to them. I hand Friedrich 3 gold. There's an establishment nearby that belongs to a family member of one of us. Actually, I think it'll be obvious upon your arrival who that is. They have some nice drinks. I don't actually know if they have food, but why don't you all go wait there and we'll come touch base.
After
At
5
some point.
p.m.
Yeah,
How
After
much are you
Heiko
giving
might
us?
not be there.
a gold piece each. I figure
Oh.
that's well and more than enough for
Oh, yeah.
drinks and food and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And it's like nothing to me.
That
so.
is very generous of you. And we shall do that because you are the completionists, and I am trusting that we will see you there. Assuming that you are not killed.
We
I'm
won't be
sorry.
killed.
You'll be fine.
And we will just leave before that happens. There's no point in dying for this. So
Okay. Good to hear that you are practical.
Very.
You feel a bump in your side as Elrond nudges you. We're all fucking dying for this, okay? Either he dies or we die. Where is your commitment?
I instead of dying, I would just go home and sleep and come back again the next day. Just try again.
Just to sleep, just a little nap.
There are some causes I would put my life on the line for, but I rather would just rest and try again for this one. Personally.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, Frederick says to you, I am very grateful, and we are all each very grateful, are we not? And Helena goes, oh, a tip. Wonderful. Thank you so much. You enjoyed my performance so much. Amazing. Endorsed by the completionists. I'm going to make some posters. And good vibrations that the femme tabaxi kind of walks past each of you, and you feel for a moment that she like gently, very subtly purrs to herself, and you feel that her tail kind of bumps you as she passes by. She moves to
who?
the other you.
Oh, okay.
She moves to the other side of the room as if kind of almost waiting to leave. Helena starts to kind of strut and twirl and strum a little bit at the bar at the lute as if she's like preparing some kind of
Exit song.
litany. She goes, but Frederick stands in front of you. Now, I'm aware of how these things work, and I need to know if there is anything I can do to help you. You must know that as a paladin, I'm a paladin of Helm, and whilst I have my oaths, Helm is whom I serve first. There are some things I can and cannot do. I want to help you, so please, is there anything that we can do to help?
What do I know about Helm?
Roll me a religion check.
Can someone help with that?
Probably not.
And with proficiency. Rolling really well today. I'm
Okay.
saving all my good rolls for the combat.
You know largely that he is considered, most people would describe him as either being good or quite kind of neutral. He is considered. He's often depicted with like plate mail armor and stuff like that. So you see him as like kind of a defender, but you don't know too much about him. You, from your upbringing, have more heard that Helm is oppressively, overzealous with laws and rules, and in his narrative is that he is a defender, but really he's an oppressor, that kind of thing. Though you are learning to be critical of what you have been told as a young acolyte.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if there's anything we need immediately. I would like to learn about Helm more later on. Maybe compile a list of all of the sort of signs of darkness you've seen where you're from, so that we can compare it to the things that we've seen and
Sure, yes,
determine
I'm
maybe
happy to
whether
do
it's
that.
related.
Nothing better than homework. I will see you at the upturned turtle. Please, do you have sending?
I do not. Do you, Athale?
I do not.
Literally just picks up a stone and turns it into a walkie-talkie for nothing.
True. We
That's
do
something you can
kind
do
of.
immediately.
Uh,
Surely that's not something that can be done within 60 seconds.
Give me.
I do love the like Gilligan's Island, like give me a coconut and I can turn it into a radio kind of like energy of that though.
Why am I offended by this over-the-top bard? There are lots of different types of bard cliche. This is just
There
one
are.
type of bard cliche.
That is so true. One of these days I'm gonna play the cliche horny bard. One of these days. I've never done
I
it.
never said they were horny.
No,
All
I'm
it
just talking about
says-
another cliche. No, this is clearly the over the top
Yeah.
cliche.
says you touch it of an action, so 6 seconds.
Holy shit. Wow. Okay.
That's
Is there a limit to the number of infusions that you've got going at the moment?
It's not an infusion. It's different to that. So I can have 5 of these things with various properties at any
Okay.
one time.
Yeah.
I touch a 6th and the first one stops it, etc.
Okay, so how many have you got going currently?
Unless we have a sending stone going at the moment, none.
You've got one going to
two.
one is owned by you guys, one is owned by Hilda.
All right, that's 2 out of 5, so I've got plenty of space.
Any of the other infusions, things like the spell casting implement that you've given to Nerili,
Nope,
or the
different-
repeating element for the crossbow?
Different thing.
Cool. Wonderful.
This is what they gave artificers instead of being able to cast spells into items that they could hand out to people and just have a bunch of extra spell slots. So
Makes sense.
you
Cool.
pick up some rocks and turn them into a pair of sending stones.
Doesn't even have to be rocks, it can be anything, any tiny object.
Sausage off the table.
Oh my god, sending sausage.
Yeah,
Sending
I'm gonna pick up-
sausage.
A sausage and a piece of bacon.
Wow.
To hear it, you have
Don't
to
eat
put
the
it in your.
sending stone.
And to send it, you have to. Oh, wait, no.
That's not.
No.
This will work
Okay.
now. Don't eat it.
This is very inconvenient. It is greasy.
I kind of already
Could you
made
not
it
have
now.
chosen some of the silverware? It is quite nice silverware.
The problem is if I make another, that puts me at a limit, and if I make one after that, then the one I want to keep kind of just disappear. I mean, I
You
can
just undo these?
I can just undo it, but I don't really want to.
Okay. It's been a real pleasure to meet my heroes as the
Yeah.
completionists.
Never meet your heroes.
See you later. He walks away holding a piece of bacon.
Never meet your heroes.
Come on, it's funny.
Accidentally drop the sausage with some
walking
other
away.
sausages.
He's walking away with a piece of bacon he's going to talk into.
I know, it is funny,
that
but
gonna look like?
it could have been a little more impressive. It was impressive to be able to just pick something up and turn it into magic. It's just Now they
I
have to
mean,
go tell the story of we gave them a piece of bacon to talk to us too.
if turning a piece of bacon into a walkie-talkie isn't impressive, then I don't know what is.
They're certainly going to tell people about it.
People are gonna stop believing that we have the power to do the things that we do because of the silly things that we do sometimes. Bacon walkie-talkies, getting mad at people selling soda pop that they say is magic.
Yeah, but these are all things that have happened.
We rested before we came here, right?
You did,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. I did not press the magic button.
I'm glad we didn't need to fight them. That would have been a shame.
Did they leave their cards on the table?
No.
Shit.
We should have asked them if they had any of us as cards, though.
Yeah.
I'm dying to know what Nerly's stats are. I'm dying.
We can ask them
I
later.
think if we do some kind of favor for them, I feel like that should be our payment.
I think actually, if we interact with them again, we're going to end up being more like a quest giver status, right? Because they want to find the sun sword, almost said
Oh.
stone. And while we don't know where that is, we can like look at our resources to point them in the right direction.
Hmm.
And so I guess we'll be
Yeah.
helping them kind of, but
What a weird twist of fate. Where the quest giver? Would that be hypocritical for me to do that?
Yes, given that you
What?
hate quests so much.
It's okay. You don't have to be the one to do it. I will.
Maybe it's like exposure therapy.
Oh.
Oh, maybe. It's like facing your fears.
I'm just gonna start giving quests.
Except in
out.
this case, it's like facing your angers.
Yeah.
Like it works out they don't need to go on quests if they are the person giving out the quests.
Yeah.
They actually build themselves a giant exclamation mark hovering above the head.
A lamp shining down.
I love that.
Carrying on.
Okay.
Can we look at
Righto.
the tapestry that looks weird that you mentioned?
You absolutely can. Good memory. So I mean, they all look a little bit funky, but this one in particular stands out to you because you swear that you recognize one of these guys. In fact, you do, and it's deeply concerning because in this painting is Hilda. In this particular parchment, or tapestry rather, you see that Liarum is stood next to, in embrace, with Hilda.
So has he changed all of these tapestries to what was here before? And just left Hilda in there?
That's not where my brain went straight away.
I think he may have placed his face into all of these pictures.
So embarrassing.
If I touch it, is it like an illusion or did he like
As you
iron on
touch it,
patch?
as you touch it, it does seem to kind of become translucent, and you note that Eleron's face is behind all of these images.
Oh, that's cute. There's one of Hilda in. That's sweet.
That is cute.
This
Fuck this
appears
guy.
to be the case in every single one of them. It appears that he's changed his face. They all look very impressive, doing huge and incredible deeds. You see him stood atop the dragon, slayed at his feet. You see him, standing across a mountain of bodies with a sword held high, and these all seem to be completely fabricated.
So none of them look
like-
like they're an actual image of this guy.
There's something unnaturally pristine about his particular visage compared to the others. It looks like he's kind of he's photoshopped in.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this kind of helps our cause, right? If the authorities come and be like, why are you messing with this guy? I'd be like, look, that's literally Eleron's face on these tapestries. This is his place.
I mean, will the authorities even get involved?
Maybe not.
I say it
Hard
out
to
loud,
say.
I'm assuming Elrond's still hanging around, invisible.
Nope, they don't give a fuck.
That's kind of what I feared.
Can I cast see invisibility?
Sure.
I cast see
Elrond
invisibility.
stood pretty much right next to you.
Lasts for an hour.
Actually, he's stood next to the tapestry of him and Hilda.
Oh.
Just before he just, disappears or something.
Smart.
Yeah.
It's smart. That is something he would do.
Onward and
Okay.
upward.
Yeah.
Cool.
Although I do not know if Liarum is here, or did he go upstairs, did they say?
Yeah. He heard
I'm
us
sure
come
he
in.
realizes we're here.
Yeah.
He's probably gone off to prepare.
Do you think that is what the alarm spell was?
Rob's.
Probably. We should probably check all the doors.
Yes, we should expect traps on the way in now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check the door.
What have I done?
You've slowed the whole game down.
We'll never get there.
3 hours per door.
This is
We'll get there
why
by
I think it'll
Christmas.
take so long for the campaign to end. I know how many doors there are.
Hey, if Oro's checking the door, can I check the door as well? I mean, I think historically the door duo.
Sure.
True. We could just do the take 10 out their modifier and roll guidance for each of them and go with those rolls on all the doors
If that's what you want to take your sweet ass time doing, that'll factor into any time related factors.
Up to them. They're the checkers, not me.
I don't want.
You think button pushers care about, fucking doing things quickly? They want to doing things slowly. Sorry, they want to do things quickly. They want to press them buttons. They want to open them doors.
Let's roll. Roll, Jenny. Roll.
Investigation check.
Chomping at the bit to roll.
21.
It does
It
not
checks.
appear to be in
Ooh.
any way locked or trapped or anything. It's just a door.
Okay. Go.
Wonderful. You open the door.
A trap.
This is a
Could have
kitchen.
predicted.
In here,
Yeah.
you find multiple animated utensils dancing around preparing food.
Oh.
This appears to be miraculously chopping. 1 second, you've moved your tokens directly over my text.
Oh.
Over the chopping board. You see that the food appears miraculously and then is chopped on the chopping board. Up by knives, lifted into pots, diced and fried. You see a melon baller is in there, scooping out perfect spheres of watermelon and cantaloupe. And there's a decanter that appears to be filling into glasses.
I'm definitely taking some food as we pass through.
Wonderful. You see there's a stew that's boiling away on the pot.
Absolutely, just dish up a bowl of stew to eat as we go.
It's a hearty vegetable and chicken stew.
Yummy.
Is there anything weird in this room?
Beyond the dancing
yeah.
cutlery and the fact that the food is appearing and serving itself, no.
Who's it serving itself to?
Great question.
Us. Currently.
Nearly, literally spoon to her mouth.
As one of the bowls gets filled by a ladle, you see that it floats onto a tray. The tray then lifts itself and it hovers over to you. This particular one comes up to Oro, let's say.
I don't think I want any.
It's really good.
Doesn't look like chicken nuggets to me, and I don't really want anything other than chicken nuggets right now.
Fair.
You gently push it and the tray floats away. Floats in front of Haiku.
It looks slightly sad.
I mean, if you're not going to have it, I certainly will.
Nerly's not the sort of person who would clap when the plane lands, but she is the sort of person who thanks like the bus driver. So she's thanking the cutlery as she's walking through.
very much a person who thanks the bus driver, feeling called out that I would also thank sentient cutlery. But accurate.
Absolutely, I would. I want them on my side when we take the tower, so they make me yummy food.
True.
You can see that there are some other like cupboards and like there's a stove here and like some cutlery around the room. But if you're not interested in pilfering anything, perhaps you would like to move on.
Yeah.
There's a set of stairs, and you can see there are some windows that look out into the grounds, though they are modest. Okay, we moving up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Onwards and upwards.
Wonderful. Let's move you all next to each other so that I can just copy paste you over.
Together?
Together. Moving you over here. Have I got Oro? How have I not
Always
got
wish
Oro?
to have a restaurant in their tower.
Where did Oro go?
Or probably because Oro's stacked on
Oro's-
top of a sail.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and it confused the stupid roll
Oro's funny in
20.
its simple system.
Doesn't have an easy way to move people between maps.
There you are. Okay. You follow the staircase upwards and you find yourself in a small reading room. You see some fairly luxurious but very poorly maintained furniture. They look comfortable, but as you can see as you inspect the room, the rug looks like it is stained. You see there are two other exits for this particular room. You see there are more paintings on the walls, each of them, once again, of Liarum, looking very regal, very fancy. One of them in this room does appear to actually have been made of himself originally and not just AI photoshopped.
God, please don't put AI in our D&D game.
Yes, so there are two other rooms here, doors here. I do apologize.
Is Aileron still with us?
Aileron is with you. Yes, sorry, I'll grab his token. Where is he? I left him in the dining room.
What's this rug stained with?
Roll me an investigation check.
Guidance.
I don't-
22. There we go. 16.
20.
No,
Oh
at
my
20.
gosh! It looks and smells to you like wine. There is something a little bit off about it.
What's off about this? Is it the what? Like, how is it off? In what way?
It just smells a little bit funky. Something a little bit like overly
Tangy.
bitter, tangy.
If does
Could I
Aura say
medicine?
it's allowed?
Yeah,
What was that? Sorry.
Does Aura say it allowed? It smells off.
I say this looks like spilled wine, but it's weird. Like I don't know why it's weird. It's not right.
Hagu's down on all fours, smelling the floor.
Oh,
Sure. Okay. Roll me a medicine check.
A nearly help, maybe.
Yes.
You should probably be looking over the shoulder of Haiku as Haiku's on all fours.
I should have
Well-
rolled the medicine check.
Well,
yeah.
That's what I was going to do. I'm actually good at medicine. That's okay.
It's okay. Haiku's on all
tried.
fours.
Yeah.
You can't place a finger precisely on what it is, but you are confident that it is not only wine.
oh,
There is something nefarious about this mixture.
hey, Nearly,
wonder.
come down here.
Yep.
I feel like there's
Get
something
down on the
more than
floor.
wine. I mean, there's definitely strong winey overtones.
Mm-hmm. Well, that bitter smell is probably a poison of some kind. Otherwise, why would it be spilled on the floor? You know, right next to the chairs where people would be sitting in.
Mm.
Ah,
That'd be my guess.
Wizards tend to use magic to clean their towers as well. It's just strange that there is still a stain.
Have you ever actually seen Liarum use magic? Or is it all just magical items?
Have I ever seen the use magic?
Nope.
No.
You've never really
I
had a
have not.
need to. You've just been, you've mostly been meeting him for business.
We've
like you've
mostly
hung
met
out.
here. There's been no need.
I wonder if he even is magic, because like if he was, wouldn't he just be able to change all these tapestries actually and not just illusion them? And why would he need poisons? And unless you did this, Elrond, did you poison someone?
Oh, poisons for wimps.
I use fireballs.
I use fireballs. I don't know. I just wonder, you know, for a wizard to deal. I mean, I guess it's not that weird to like acquire and sell magical items, but I just for someone who ends up with so many bad relationships, like he couldn't keep a business going. So I wonder if he's just using them to seem like a wizard and isn't really, and that's why he's all flouncy and stuff. I don't want to underestimate him and walk into a room and be surprised when he casts fireball or something like that. But, you know.
That will make it easier because, as a non-wizard, he cannot have this tower.
That's true.
Because it must be a wizard living here.
That feels a bit elitist.
Was a wizard
Well, it's a
tower?
wizard-
This whole place
tower.
is quite strange, to be honest.
If anything, this isn't strange at all. This is a very usual, arcane, and stupid way of traditionally managing wizard towers. It's just that we are in a fantasy world that is bizarre and not
It's
like
strange
the real
to
world.
Thale because he comes from a different plane.
Valid.
I mean, like literally, if you like in the Discworld books, it literally talks about how like the Wizards College, you only become like the dean of whatever practice by killing the last one. Like it's kind of like all wizards are just trying to be the most powerful wizard, so it kind of makes sense. This would be the way that they would succeed. Like the line of succession would work. You know, meritocracy, as they say. But should we go through that door or that door?
I want to quickly have a look under the sofa. Is there anything under the sofa?
You absolutely can. Roll me an investigation check with advantage.
There's
Oh my god, what should
gold
be a body
pieces.
under there?
Oh, let's go. You lift the sofa to have a bit of a look under it, and what you don't find under the sofa, but what you do find is as you move the rug in order to try and as you're moving the sofa, the rug moves with it. You see that there is a small safe under the rug.
Guys, there's a safe under here.
Crack it open.
Open it.
I'm gonna try and unlock.
Do you know the...
Give me a sleight of hand check, or it's a lockpick check, but with you use a sleight of hand.
I guess we could go. Elrond, do you know this?
I mean, I knew it existed.
Do you know how to get into it?
With a key.
Okay, great.
Guidance. Guidance on Oro, to be clear.
Can I use my dagger for this? I haven't used this dagger.
You absolutely can.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So you can basically roll a sleight of hand check, and you get an additional +1 on top of it.
Unless you took, did you take expertise with thieves' tools specifically?
Yeah.
Because then it would, unless you have expertise in sleight of hand, unless this isn't an actual lock that she's picking, she would want to use the thieves' tools.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
So I'm assuming that she's got the same bonus for both.
No, it's higher for the thieves' tools.
Oh, then do that.
Because as a rogue, you can literally take expertise in thieves' tools.
Right. Well, that's a pog. That's 23. Is that in total? Because you get the extra +1 from that as well. Wonderful. It spins open immediately and melting like butter in your hands. It is immediately open, impressively quickly, and Elrond's like, "What? I paid like a lot of money for that."
Yeah, but Oro is really good at what she does.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Well, something to consider replacing. Inside this small safe is a large array of poisons.
Oh.
Looks like I was right.
Yeah.
So in here are 5 separate bottles, many of which look, at least 4 of which look that they haven't been opened yet and haven't been used. The one that has been, you can tell immediately, is a sleep potion. So it's a poison that is effectively puts someone to sleep.
Interesting.
So it can be
I feel
applied
like we should
to
take
a
these as
blade
evidence.
and then
Oh,
make someone fall
Interesting.
asleep.
do the other 4 have like labels on them to say what kind of poisons they are?
They absolutely do.
Oh.
You'd think I would have prepared that a little bit better.
They're just 4 other sleep poison now.
They are poisons, so we can get back to the poisons a little bit later. The sleep poison is the
Sleepy,
one that is
drowsy.
important.
Okay.
Knackered.
We're gonna find somebody sleeping somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Is
This-
is the stain wet? Oh, is the stain wet? Is it new? How long? Or is it dry?
There is some moisture to it.
Oh,
So this is recent.
oh.
Hmm.
My mind's
Leon,
wandered, and
sounds
I
like
think it's
what-
wandered too far.
Why?
Do I
Why
do
you
I know
say
what's
that?
through the next 2 doors?
I think this is pretty much as far as you've gone.
Okay.
I think we should
It-
open them both at the same time. They'll never expect that.
You have seen the apprentices that Liarum has come from the south entrance.
Okay. I guess we will go this way first.
I take all the poisons, just as a note.
Remind myself to write all those fucking poisons down. Which way are we going? Sorry, south or east?
South.
So, down here, you can see that there are a couple of beds and a bedroll. This has all of the makings of kind of a impromptu guest room. Oh, actually, I do apologize. I've even got it in my notes here. Ethel, you have slept in this room.
Yeah.
Only on, like, you've recovered a magical item, you've brought it back here, and Liarum has given you the opportunity just to stay the night, just to, before, you go off on another quest, that kind of thing. You haven't stayed here for great lengths of time. This is the room. You've been sort of strongly suggested that you don't leave the room to go deeper into the tower, and you've respected that.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 2 beds here and a bedroll. There's a there are a couple of small, like, chests here that look. They don't have like a lock on them, and no padlocks. So it looks like, they're easily accessible. The beds look used. They don't look kind of well made.
It's really awkward if you're sleeping in the far left one because you got to walk over somebody.
Yeah. Don't want to pee in the middle of the night. Or need to pee.
You got to make sure that person goes to bed early, but also wakes up late.
Yeah.
There you go.
Can we have a look in these chests?
Yes, you absolutely can. You find one used toothbrush. You find a
Wow.
pair of
Take it.
pants with some holes in.
Don't take that.
You find a book titled Adventuring 101, Finding a Patron. It lists various types of patrons, including Kindly Wizard, Grumpy Barkeep, Corrupt Mayor, Archfey, Devils, Angels, etc.
Wow, that's quite the range.
Yeah, it really increased.
It's not got like a name in the front of the book, right? Like, this book belongs to
Frederick.
I take it. We could give it back to him.
Frederick Van Alt.
You can take his toothbrush back as well.
Yeah. Is it this pair of underwear yours? No, I hate that.
It's stitched into the lining of the underwear. Sunblade.
This is what you've been looking for. Are these stairs leading up?
Yep.
Okay.
Should we check the other room before we go up further?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, peek inside.
Wonderful. Okay, so you open, and what you can see in this room here is a large
Health and safety hazard.
health and safety hazard. There is a
Oh, it really
platform
is.
here. There is a spiral staircase that leads below, leads downstairs. What you can also see is that there is a kind of a chasm under which there is another floor beneath you. At the other side of the chasm stands the Arum.
Oh,
The Arum stands there,
That was easy.
holding in one of his hands a wand, and in the other a goblet made of a skull. He sips from the skull.
Do I recognize the skull?
You do not recognize the skull. You have seen him drink from this before.
Okay.
But what you can see is that he
really
stood
nice
next to
recipe.
two chests. Sorry?
I was like, Nurley just kind of quietly out loud says, that doesn't really match the rest of his aesthetic.
It's the skull. The skull is it's very like finely made. It's like inlet and gilded with gold. Like it's very over the top and like regal. He does.
In that
it's
way,
like,
it is his aesthetic.
that's the way that it kind of. It's not like a vampire lord, like edgy, like that kind of thing. Like it's like a.
He's drinking out of his skull. It's
He's
edgy.
trying. He's trying to be edgy,
Mm.
not naturally edgy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Trying a little too hard there, my guy.
glug. So you've come to visit.
You could say that.
Nice to see you again, Athale. I'm glad to know that you're alive and well.
Are you?
Just entering my abode.
Is it yours?
An excellent question. A tower that I managed to crack my way into. Did you not see the sigils outside? Took me months. I took this treasure for my own, and nobody has come to claim it in 18 years. Do you not think it's fair that I take this tower for my own?
Are you basing the fairness on the fact that no one's challenged you in 18 years?
If Elrond was still alive, he could easily have come and taken it, or at least spoken to me in 18 years. But he's dead. It is my tower. Now,
Elrond is not dead.
Athale, don't speak just nonsense. You've been away for a long time. What is it I can do for you? Why have you come back? I see such hostility. You've got allies, compatriots? Surely we are friends. You don't need backup, bodyguards.
Scary
the
seeing
ruler.
the little ruler come out from Jack. Just like, far is this?
It's just an idea. Just an idea I had.
Well, you did send me almost to my death.
In what way did I send you to your death?
You gave me incorrect information about the activeness of certain traps.
Ah,
They were certainly not dormant.
Athale. Surely you do not hold that against me. In your field, to have activated some trap, I did my best research, friend. I tried my best to give you the most up-to-date information, Athale. Why? Why would you hold that against me? I'm sure we can come to some kind of agreement. We could work together again. What's
I do not need to work with you anymore.
Sorry to bad interrupt. Athale, was it Chult? The traps were in Chult, weren't they?
It was near Jolt, yes.
And with the information given, was that given to you at the start of the journey or when you were outside the temple? Because if it was given at the start of the journey, that could have been on, perfectly accurate at that point in time. I mean,
It seems to me like your friend and compatriot here is on my side.
Either
not
way.
going that far. I've got a time limit. Okay.
You've got a hard out.
I don't think so.
That's
All
it.
right.
End stream.
I'm
We're done.
so sorry. For
I'm out.
Yeah, guys.
Right, right.
That was so that was really unnecessary. Sorry.
We'll leave the tower. Leave Haiku there.
Yeah. You know what? You can keep the tower.
I'm just,
Nice.
Elrond's not dead.
So where has he been?
He was trapped with me. Or I was trapped with him, I suppose, later.
Where?
In the ethereal plane.
Oh, a trifle for you, I'm sure. Here you are, alive and well.
Hmm.
Barely any time has passed, my friend.
Were you in
Not
that
for
prison?
one of your heritage.
Nerly does not ask that out loud. That was Katie wondering.
I missed what you said.
How long were you in there?
I think Athea was in there for a couple of years.
A
I
trifle.
remember.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
For an
Like a
elf.
He's an
handful of
asshole.
years. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, sure, you live 1,000 years, but if you're trapped in a prison room for 3 years, this doesn't seem like a trifle to me. Like, sure, it's 0.03% of your lifespan, but that was still like 1,000 days that you had 3 walls to look at and slop to eat. So.
Mhm.
Just
Anyway,
an eccentric old
that
man
was-
to talk to.
Yeah, that was just Nerly's internal thoughts and Katie needing to make sure that it wasn't
Mhm,
actually a
mhm.
trifle. I hate this guy more and more.
Well, I've found the thing I was looking for, so I do not need to work for you anymore.
So this visit was just to say your goodbyes.
Well,
Farewell, Ethael. It was a pleasure working with you. I'm so glad that you're alive. I hope that we can work together again in the future. The Completionists. What a wonderful group to have joined.
unfortunately, they also have business with you. Unfortunate for you, I think.
Business. The
Mhm.
Completionists. How can I help you?
Elrond is alive, and is here. Well, not here, but would like his tower back. And since you don't seem to have done much with it, I'm sure it's easy enough for you to just find another one.
Seems like if Elrond's alive and well and he wants to compete with me for ownership of this tower, that he could do it himself. Do you not feel that it would be right? Just? Fair?
No, this whole system seems very backwards to me, actually.
Okay. So
Are you even a
you would
wizard?
rather overpower me?
I'd rather ask you to leave because it's his and not yours, and you just showing up and taking it doesn't seem like it should make it yours.
So if he just leaves real estate unused for 18 years, not housing anybody, unlike me, who
shit.
stays here and has apprentices whom I teach,
He didn't
it should
plan
just
to
stay
leave.
completely unused, destitute for 18 years.
He wants
I'm
it
not
back
doing
now.
Guys, he's
the
making
s-
a point.
The city.
Elrond was
Like,
sent
yes,
away.
you.
He didn't have. He wasn't able to do anything.
Athea agrees with this
Sorry,
guy.
I'm in prison. You mind
So you
putting
left
some things in town?
He left it and now he's taking it. Like, come on.
Listen, I have a lot of qualms with the system of ownership as well, but it is in place. And he didn't just abandon it, he was, as aforementioned, trapped and would like it back. And I'd rather
I'm so
Do this.
grateful for you to have delivered this message to me. I'm certain that you will leave this tower amicably. We will remain friends, and Elrond will appear on his own and challenge me one-on-one, tete-a-tete. We shall duel and battle it out, and all will be resolved.
Can I have a look to see if I think this guy is actually a wizard? Like, does he have like? Because wizards have like normally will have like a spell book and a wand or
Sure, yeah.
like a spell focus or something.
So he has a spell book at his hip. He is holding a wand in his other hand.
Oh, he did say something. But that could just be anyone can hold a wand.
And is it a spell book or is it a book?
Well, it is a book.
He is across a chasm. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna elbow
How do we get him to cast a
Oro
spell?
gently, and do like a. Do you think like how strong do you think he is? I don't know much about wizards.
Oh, I think he can bench about 250.
Shit.
I have no idea if that's
No, that's
realistic.
impressive
I don't
as
know.
shit, actually.
250 is that a lot? That seems like a lot. So he's.
I didn't specify a unit, you know.
The book is just erotica. That'd be so funny.
Hmm.
I don't
Listen,
know. Oro can
I
size
mean-
people up, right?
She
You don't
can
have
welcome to do an insight check if you'd like to try and guesstimate, but you are not a wizard, so it's going to be a very, very, very high DC that you've just missed.
Oh,
Oh.
of course I missed it. Oh, the DC I
Oh,
suddenly
man.
made up.
Use
So
my
It's
sorry.
D6.
a very, very, very high DC, which
Yeah.
is 30.
Use my D6 if you want.
Yeah.
I'm not stopping you.
You sure?
I also have one.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Well, I mean, you need to get a
Five.
1, so you got it.
Yeah.
You got even
Um,
better than your really, really high DC as well.
Yeah,
You
Okay,
did.
so-
If you,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
Mhm.
You got
If
34.
you'd rolled, if you'd rolled a 6, you would
Is
have
that like
been
god tier rolls?
the full next tier of success. I mean, he looks like an accomplished wizard. He looks like the same sort of wizard that you've seen appear and perform at the circus, who have been able to create some incredible illusions and fantastic and amazing and be wonderful. So he looks as powerful as any powerful wizard that you've seen, but the kind of powerful wizards that you've seen outside of crypts and dungeons have primarily been focused on performing arts. As opposed to fucking people up. But he's in a big fucking tower and he's got a wand and a spell book. Entirely possible. So you deduce from context, he has apprentices. You can assume that those apprentices will be working on his behalf. So you've got a sense that he is going to be somewhat powerful at the very least. Whether or not his power is solely from him is another thing entirely.
Is that a window behind them?
Yeah.
Is
How large is said window?
that
Pretty big.
is about 10 foot across, maybe 15 foot.
Okay.
Each of these squares is 5 feet.
Interesting.
So this floor is 20 foot high. And you should assume flat 20 for all of the rooms we're in.
I'm trying to think of something that the armor would know and a Thale would know, but wouldn't be immediately obvious. Like, if, say, a doppelganger was questioning, because we've met a doppelganger, and a Thale has a thing about, like,
I mean, the last
That one got
doppelganger
away.
you met shanked you.
exactly, and then got away,
Mhm.
which is the worst part.
I feel like that could easily create the trauma response of constantly trying to determine if if people that you meet are doppelgangers.
Mhm.
Mm.
Especially as we just found the poison, but I
Yeah.
can't think. I don't know what. I don't know what that would be.
How dexterous does this guy look?
Haiku's gonna try to push him out the window.
I got somewhere to be.
You're out of the tower now. Now it's Elrond.
You're not a million miles off.
Surely. I see you sizing me up. Not, not looking for a tussle here in my tower.
Why are you over there?
Oh, if I think that people might be coming into my tower with ill intent, I think it's fair for me to defend myself. Don't you
Oh.
agree?
Do you poison them?
Ethael.
You poison them? I get one of the bottles out. Thank you, Win. You poison them?
Oh,
You
no.
poison them?
Oh, no.
You give them a poison?
Did you drink the stew downstairs?
No.
Oh, darn it.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You can wreck on that. You can wreck on that. Don't worry. I just really wanted to.
Yeah,
I really wanted to. Did you
that
drink the
would've been
poison? Oh, well, maybe you
That's
Did not-
exactly how
did
Nerly
not
would
say
react
that.
too. If he was like, yeah, I
Oh,
poisoned
darn
the
it.
stew.
Not again.
Oh.
No, the stew was safe.
I'd like to do something, Tom.
I'm open to it. Go on.
Save.
God.
Save. I'm saving the game. I'm saving
Yeah.
the game.
Quick save.
I'd IQ's perspective, this conversation's going on for a while. And it either seems to be going nowhere, or it's going to the inevitable point where we're going to have to kill this guy. Let's be honest, everyone. Can I just cast Resilient Sphere on this guy?
What does that do?
It puts him in a bubble he can't get out of unless he has a specific spell.
I would make him cast a spell, possibly.
And I have counterspell.
Are you asking me a question? It seemed like you were asking these guys a question, so I'm not going to
Oh
say
no,
anything.
no, it was at you.
Oh, you're asking me if you can cast Resilient Sphere?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you want to. So what you're asking is, can I roll initiative? Because you can't cast a spell outside of turn order. It starts rolling initiative. Like you haven't surprised him here. If he sees you reaching for a spell
Oh.
focus, that's rolling initiative.
Yeah.
So basically, we're going to roll initiative, and because I have, like, negative modifiers on my initiative, I'm never going to be able to cast Resilient Sphere on this guy. Would Haiku know that would initiate combat?
You know, Haiku knows.
Okay.
If you, it's the
If
same
someone
sort of.
starts
If you're standing there
encounting
in
your
a
spell.
fucking, standoff
I've
with.
got my gauntlet. I could just be, gesturing.
Yeah, but you're gonna
let's
be
do
like.
it.
verbal, somatic, and material components for spells
Mhm.
most often, and
Also-
those are things that take 6 seconds to do.
The guy's also probably a wizard, and it's gonna be like, that sounds like a spell being cast.
That's why I was going to counterspell his counterspell.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it then.
No.
I'll say you as a player know.
No, now you've changed it because you said Haiku would know.
But of course, if you in any scenario reach for the gun at your hip, the other person in the room isn't going to wait for you to shoot them.
I'm not reaching for the gun.
Yeah, but
No,
That's a
you're being
metaphor, Jack. Come on.
literal.
Don't be obtuse.
Maybe Haiku doesn't know that.
Don't be obtuse.
Is he an illusion?
You can roll a perception check for that.
Can I help?
I'd like to do that.
Sure.
Does anyone have a little stone?
Initiate combat. Through a pebble.
Ooh, 22.
Okay. I mean, there aren't any of the telltale signs of this being an illusion.
Not to rush this along or anything, but somebody has a date tonight, so if you could just go, that'd be great. And if not, then we're just gonna have to make you go because Elrond's alive and needs his tower back.
Thank you for supporting me, Nerly. I appreciate it.
Mm. Of course, Haiku.
You've got places to be. I've got a life to lead. Sometimes that means killing a few adventurers. Let's roll some initiative, shall we?
Good. He started it now. We're not
Yeah.
the murderers. We're defending ourselves.
Yeah,
Idiot.
DM gets bored of our BSing and not wanting to fight this guy. Like, nah.
Okay.
Could we have a bio break since I didn't use one early on?
You can go for a bio break, sure.
Thank you.
Nice.
Wow. Oh,
Oh, dogs.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
I guess I'll just come back in like 10 minutes.
Okay. You guys are also welcome to go for a quick bio break if you'd like, whilst I.
Yeah, I will do.
And refill my drink. Boop.
I'll run some more ads. Sorry if you're an ad watcher. I'll just get it done before Le Battle. Otherwise, you can just watch Tom just prepping stuff silently.
So exciting. Look at these guys getting to wander off and have all this wonderful prep. Me, an idiot, having to roll dice for initiative. Oh, and getting a nat 20. They're going to be so mad about that. They're not going to believe it. I'm not going to believe it at all. Oh, crikey. Some of these dice rolls are very funny. Funny for reasons that I can't explain, but they're funny. You got to promise me that you trust me, and that they are funny. This guy.
Should I be concerned about how long I've seen you typing for how many things you're about to fight?
I think that would be fair.
It's just like, is Tom typing NPC names? Because this is now going on for a little
I
while.
haven't even started that bit yet.
Oh.
The whole other thing I need to do. 1 second.
I'd also like to put on record that I'm extremely sad that this distance is slightly more than 15 feet. Because I was so tempted to lightning lure this guy and just like pull him into the chasm.
Yeah, I thought that someone might do that. Unfortunately, I thought that someone might do that after I had already placed the token. And I was like, I should probably stick with it, shouldn't I? That's 2. That's 15 for this guy. And then these guys. Oh.
You should be right back too, though, Tom.
I should. And
We should
yes,
have meant to break you. Oh, Lord.
You should go visit Jack.
I should
Yeah, go visit Jack.
All right, I can pick the 11.
Nice. Oh, we had I don't know whether I should spoil it, actually. We're going to visit Jack thing. Shall I spoil it, Tom? What Leonor did?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if she would want that spoiled.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, never mind then.
Tom only rolls 20s. Yeah.
Is this something I'm now going to be stuck in limbo until about in the middle of August when I
It's not a
visit?
big deal. It's not a big deal.
No. It's not a big deal. It's just something funny.
Okay. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I think we're probably fine. All right. Let's do some nonsense stuff. You guys are now all back. How do I stop the jukebox playing?
The unfortunate
Where are you?
reality is that we always play during lunchtime, and I never eat breakfast. So there's always a point when we're playing that I'm like, I'm fucking dying. I need food.
Oh. Well, you're doing a great job of looking after yourself.
Thanks.
TY for second bio break.
All right. How do I stop this fucking
I don't know, it just looped again then.
music playing? Good grief. Called Town Square. Which of my there it is. Found it. Here we go.
Just learnt that one though.
Well, you just got used to that one. Dun, 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 dun. We've been listening to that for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah, I just got it. Yeah, the best strategy is if we all level up right before. That'd be great.
Listen, these guys have been told explicitly when they're going to level up. We're all on the same page.
There's a reason we're at the tower. Okay.
Okay.
It's louder.
Really inconvenient that. Is it inconvenient? Maybe it is inconvenient.
Damn, his dexterity is higher than mine. I also rolled a natural 20 on initiative, and I was so sure. Damn it.
That's a lot of dex for a wizard.
7? Yeah.
Or
I guess it's
maybe it
initiative
might be other
bonus,
initiative
so-
bonus. It might have like a helm of going fast.
When you
There are
when you
feats
cast,
that do it.
you cast Resilient Sphere on an unwilling creature, it's a dex save they have to make.
I see.
They probably would have gotten away with
Oh.
it. If you fail the dex save, though, you're trapped in there for the full duration. You can't redo it. It's fine.
And how long does it last?
Just a minute. But
And
that'd have been,
is it concentration?
yeah, that'd be done enough to roll him out the window.
But the sphere, like, and then like cancel the sphere out as it goes out the window, kind of thing. But it's got a protective bubble when it hits the ground.
Yeah, make sure it takes the damage.
Honestly, I was more just removing them from the property by these absolutely wild laws. That would have been enough.
Okay, I'm going to play it safe for the first turn. Liam sees that this combat is going to begin with some incredible foresight. Somehow manages to deduce that you guys aren't going to back away, and he opens with a barrage of attacks.
Attacks.
And
Is he casting a spell?
Is an arcane burst. It is a ranged attack roll.
Is he casting a spell?
No.
Okay.
These are from the end of his wand. He's shooting arcane bursts across the party. He doles them out evenly, with each of you taking one of these attacks. First, I'm going to go from left to right. Is it Oro with an armor class of 15?
16. It's 16, sorry, is it not updated? I thought I updated this last time. Maybe it reset.
There we go. I'll...
Do I recognize them as magic missile?
They are not magic missile.
Okay.
Legally distinct arcane burst.
So I will allow
You have
you
not hit.
this as a little. This is meta. I'm gonna let you know. We'll talk about it after the.
Okay.
Fine.
I asked because I have arcane.
Yeah.
So if I,
It's not magic missile.
it wouldn't take much for me to. Yeah, that's what I meant. Magic missile. God, Jesus Christ.
It misses Oro. 25 against AC for Haiku. 29 against AC for Nurali, which is a crit, and 19 against AC for Athale.
Yeah, definitely hits me.
These are, oh my god, quite a lot. So against Haiku, that's 31 points of damage. Against Nurali, that's 23 points of damage. And Athale, that is 17 points of damage. But actually, it's a crit for Nurali, so that is an additional roll for that. So that is 44 points of damage against Nurali as these arcane blasts. You see them arc across the chasm as they strike each of you. agony searing across your skin. It feels almost like you're being tortured, but you can just see that there's an opening barrage. Not even started to tap into his spell book yet. What's worse is that you can hear that there is something else going on as he starts to cast this magic across the chasm towards you. You hear a burning flame start to crackle on the floor above you, 20 foot above, away from you, and you hear kind of a poof, poof, poof noise. And following those poof noises, you hear a
Oh,
Well, I hate that.
now yeah, okay.
Nearly, you're up.
Tom, don't you need to be right back real quick? You want to go refill?
It's not that long till 10.
How?
I'll power through.
What level are we? I am level 13.
13.
So gonna quicken a spell. Gonna quicken a cure wounds. God, I always forget I can't fucking cast it from the actual spell page because of roll 20 nonsense. We're gonna go for a 4th level on that. If it lets me. Roll 20, please. Love that. Only one of those is low. Okay, so 25. That's not bad. Okay, so I've spent 2 sorcery points to be able to do that as a bonus action.
Okay.
Because I would like to use my action to wings and lift up off the ground.
I've got to remember that I've got a d6 to add to a roll somewhere as well.
God damn it.
Or don't. That's fine.
And I would like to
Yeah, just don't remember.
move. What do we always put on me? We put little wings. I could put the wings on later.
Yeah, sure.
But I would like to not be grouped together, but be within 60 feet. So let me just pick.
Very specific position.
I'm gonna be a little bit further back. Oh God, please. Here, and I want to be that I moved. I'm gonna be 5 feet in the air
Okay.
so far. And that's me for my turn.
Alrighty. Anything you want to say?
She said, ow!
Okie dokie. Wait, have I got you on the turn order twice?
Who?
What initiative did you have? 21 or 22?
I had 22.
Okay, so I've got an old version of you on my.
Oh, that's weird. It didn't show on our side.
No, that's a thing that only the DM gets burdened with. Thanks for all 20.
Good job, bro. Well done.
Ethel, you can see that Eleron takes a few steps away
God damn.
and then seems to run on thin air up what appears to be a staircase.
Interesting.
Oh.
And as you focus, you can, as you now have, I forgot you got to see invisibility. You can see that there is a staircase leading up to the floor above, and there is also a platform. So these come out 10 foot from the wall. So he's running up some staircase that runs to the next floor above. On the southern wall, and the southern eastern wall, there is a platform that leads around to the top that connects to the platform he's currently stood on, and where you can see that there is a door in the southeast.
Okay, so we could run across there to get to him.
You certainly could. These guys could, but we'd have to trust you that it's there. They wouldn't be able to see it at all.
Yep.
So he runs up there. In fact, he dashes.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get this guy. Stood at the top of the stairs. Let's grab one of these names.
The fuck is
The
that?
hell is that?
This is Sleth.
Sleth.
Oh,
Music
not
stopped, by the way.
They do look like, I don't know what they are, but they do look like a Sleth.
Sleth.
Yeah.
It's a spellcaster. Zoom in close enough and you'll see it's a spellcaster. I'll put him there.
Oh,
So you
those
can
are
see him.
hands.
Oh, it's
I thought it
top
looked like-
down view.
It kind of looked like a brain to me, with like
Oh.
a bright thing on the front of it.
I thought it was like a scuffed beholder.
God.
I thought it looked like Ganondorf.
I thought it looked like Sleth.
Well, Sleth is here. Sleth is here. Now, Sleth is one of the apprentices that you've recognized from your visits, though you've not really ever had any conversations because they've been beneath you. But they have shown themselves to be a budding spellcaster. In fact, you were a little surprised that he's still with Eleron. Not Eleron, the other one, Liarum. And you were always of the opinion that it was this individual should have graduated, as it were, already. But he comes running down here, and he says, "No, I'm here, master. Let's get him." And he casts
Wow, he
a
sounds cool.
spell.
Wow.
Oh, I'm going to use this on you. Cast a spell. Anyone?
It's fishing.
Anyone?
I can't decide whether I'd want to counterspell. Yeah, I'm gonna counterspell.
Anyone?
Anyone?
You want to counterspell it?
Yeah.
Let's give it a second, shall we?
I said, can you not hear me? I said yes.
I know
Hello?
you did. I said give it a second,
Oh.
as in I'm just checking my options.
Oh,
Uh,
you
The
said,
magic missile.
anyone gonna do anything so many times? I was like, is my
no,
microphone?
sorry, I was just being cute.
Fair, but
Okay. So as you cast counterspell, you hear Leon go swoosh, and counterspells your counterspell.
rude.
know.
As Sleth
We're doomed.
casts a spell.
But that does mean he's used his reaction, so that's good
Please
to know.
not
Yeah,
that ice
nice to know.
vortex thing.
Can I have an intelligence saving throw from Ethael, please?
From
This
me.
is such a fuck you spell.
Oh my
Like, who-
god, I'm
Maddie
It's
so
does.
such a
sad.
fuck you spell. It's so funny. That is a fail.
Do you want my
Can
D6?
you use my D6?
I'm going to use mine.
Fuck.
Well, shit.
Is it a saving throw? Sorry.
It is.
It
Yeah,
is a
but-
saving throw, yeah.
I have a +9 and I got 14.
Could also
Don't think
be
I-
sorcerer.
I'm using my flash of inspiration. And my
Yes.
reaction, that is
Okay.
just an outright +5.
Okay.
That's
That
19.
puts you
then.
to 19. Okay. I'm going to use my d6 to subtract from that.
I think you should take my D6 and roll it to add to yours.
I got a 6.
Yeah. Ah!
That's 13. That's worse than where I started.
Not only is it not me doing the int saving throw,
I don't know.
Take
I
my
don't know what
D6.
this-
Take my
Okay.
D6.
He did say it was a fuck you spell, so
you put me a
Yeah.
-1.
5. 19.
Okay.
No, 18. Because you took one off.
Yeah, 18.
I don't think I have any.
Is that
other-
the max is 18? Let me just
Yeah,
double check
because
my
it was
DC.
+5, which would put it at 19,
19.
then -6, which put it at 13, then +5, which put it at 18.
Then
Mhm.
you have saved successfully.
Oh.
Would you like to know what the spell was? Because I promise you, it's the biggest fuck you I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a
So
guess.
Do you want to guess? You're welcome to guess.
Feeble mind.
Nope.
Oh,
This
okay.
is befuddlement. You blast the mind of
Oh,
a creature that you can see within range. It takes an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, they take 10d12 psychic damage
Good
and
God.
can't. It gets worse. And can't cast spells or take the magic action. At the end of every 30 days, the target can repeat the save.
That's such a fuck you
30
spell. Oh my
days.
god.
The effect can be ended by the Greater Restoration, Heal, or Wish spell.
I was gonna say, I'm sure that I have something for that,
I
but
wouldn't have
Jesus
used
Christ.
it. I wouldn't have used it if you didn't have something.
Yeah.
I don't want to make my player not be able to cast spells for 30 days.
Just for this one combat, that would be like a
But you've saved. You saved.
Okay.
You
I feel like
cast
that
the
was
spell at
probably
you.
worth
Fuck
the number of resources
you!
we put on
And,
that.
and there's an exchange of counter spells. Shing, shing, shing. But fortunately, you can feel the effects of befuddlement. You feel almost dizzy for a second, like you might fall into the chasm below, but you right yourself. And you have a real fucking hatred for Sleth now.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
We're getting into the big boy spells now, baby. That's
Mm-hmm.
what you get for getting so close to your next level up.
I'm gonna kill you all.
Does that make sense?
You'll never make it to level 15.
Welcome to level 15. You're all dead.
You're all dead.
Okay.
Are we leveling up to level 14?
I mean, yeah, but I don't want you to get to level 15 is the meme because level 15 is
Yeah.
No, I want 2 cannons.
Nugget and Oro.
Oh no, I got 2 cannons. I'm gonna get on Nugget. And wait, you know Sleth? You know that guy over
Yeah.
there?
I'm aware of Sleth.
Is he like looks like he's floating, or does he look like he's just standing there?
He looks like he's standing.
Okay.
You can see pressure on the bottom of his feet.
I'm gonna say see you later, fuckos, and ignite. Wait, can I do that this time if I get on Nugget?
Yeah, it's a bonus to ignite your weapon.
Okay. And then
I think you use
And then
movement to mount or something
movement
like
is
that.
half of your speed.
oh right. That's what I'm confusing it with. And I'm gonna go here and hit him.
Sure.
That's okay with you?
It is okay with me.
Oh,
That is a miss, unfortunately. You do have 2 attacks though. And Eleron's right there, so unbeknownst to you, you actually have advantage.
Oh.
No, sorry, you don't have advantage. You have you can do your sneak attack.
right.
That's a hit.
10.
Okie dokie. So that's already 23 points of damage. Oh! You slice it, Sleth.
A slice of
Sleth
left.
has
Flames dance across the robe. You can see that they are. Ah! Curse you!
Curse me.
And your giant bat.
He's cute though. Can't curse him.
All bats suck. I hate bats.
He bites him.
This is his problem.
He bites on my turn for a
And
19,
hits. Yeah,
and on Nugget's turn 14.
timely bite. That's a miss.
Mhm.
Okie dokie. Anything else you want to add to your turns as voice line?
Don't you dare speak bad about Nugget.
Thale, you're up.
Am I?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You're not, I guess.
Haiku.
Oh, sorry. There are all of your old tokens from a previous fight are here. That's why.
It's like,
Oh.
Haiku, so.
So, well, Heiko,
I
what's
can understand
your
why you'd think
initiative?
Athea would go first, but
11. I want.
Okay, so I'll get rid of it. I can see duplicates for some of you, so I need to delete old ones.
I'm 5. I'm right at the
Who's
end.
up?
To continue. Yeah.
Thanks, roll 20.
I mean, I'm still going to try and resilience favors.
Okay.
After all, why not? Uh, yeah.
I can't spell it at least.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They do have to make a deck save, though.
Yeah, they've got to make a saving throw. Which is not huge. But he has this. He doesn't save.
Oh! Oh,
Uh,
can't believe that worked.
Now
That's
what?
popped
Okay.
into a bubble.
Well, so long as I can concentrate for up to a minute, that guy's out of this fight unless he knows disintegrate.
It's like you say that out loud.
Listen, if he does know disintegrate, that still takes most of his turn to get back out of the bubble. So it effectively gives us another round without having to deal with him
Yeah,
regardless.
he's in a bubble.
Yeah.
But we
Nice.
can't.
Oh,
We
oh,
can't
oh,
do anything.
for
I mean, up
context-
to 1 minute is up to 10 rounds, isn't it?
Yep. So I rolled a 17.
Ooh.
If I'd saved my d6,
Oh.
It all works out in the end.
Mhm.
I mean, that's pretty much the only thing I can do with my turn.
I think taking
Well,
out this guy
Yeah, that's pretty
is
big.
It's pretty much all I
way.
can do.
I will use the remainder of my time to communicate what has happened with the rest of the party by
Okay.
shouting out, "He's bubbled! Push him out the window! Push him up summit! He's bubbled!" But like Haiku cannot get to them currently. There
Yeah.
are people who can.
Push him out,
Uh,
change of locks.
Yeah, that's it. I think I'll keep a safe distance from Athale and Neroli, but not too far.
Alrighty. Mysterious person you can't see get to go.
I hate that.
Can I see them?
You can now.
They're just coming down the stairs.
They're coming up the stairs.
Oh, no, my concentration.
This person is called a name I don't get the reference of. Xenia. And that's them. And then some more people that you can't see. But you hear from upstairs.
Heavens.
There, you're up.
You know how like sometimes you have all of your turn planned out, and then one of your party puts the main bad guy in a massive bubble so you can't attack them.
Yeah.
He'd said that. He's been telegraphing that move
Yeah,
for a
it's been
long
telegraphing
time.
that. But that was like before we were in combat. But yeah,
You can push the sphere, by the way.
this is a wizard who is casting extremely high level spells. Like I don't think pushing them out the window is going to do much.
You don't know. You might not have levitate.
Or featherfall, or fly, or
Why?
any number of magical items that would reduce falling damage. Or
Can they teleport
Feeling-
spells?
Or
Like,
he would only
boots
fall
will bring
20
heals back.
feet.
Because we're only on one floor up, aren't we?
Yeah.
No, we're higher than 20 feet, aren't we? Because we've already come
No.
up one set of stairs to get to this level.
This is, you've come up one set of stairs, which is
Yeah.
is 20 feet.
I think the bubble is still a good idea.
The
'Cause like
bubble
I
is
said,
still
Yeah.
top notch.
Yeah.
The pushing
Yeah,
out the
like-
window, mixed. But the bubble is a Chad move.
yeah.
Haiku doesn't know that. Push him!
I think Atheo's still going to do the same thing. Actually, no, we're going to do half of what I was going to do. Possibly. No, JK. He's going to do what he was going to do before. So, and turn around a little bit. So Atheo kind of, it's almost imperceptible kind of shift, but he goes from being, everything becomes a lot more fluid, and at the same time, it kind of like does a motion and then starts to kind of like become a bit more muscular and a little bit taller and bigger as he casts
Oh shit.
Tensor's transformation,
Yeah.
and
Ooh.
also begins blade singing at the same time.
Lovely.
And then probably moves over towards Xena on the top. Assuming that's how that's said.
I think so.
Or and now
Xenia.
I have to fill lots of those Xenia, okay. So I get 50 temporary hit points, which is just absolutely stupid.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think that's
it's good.
great.
Yeah, needed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I gain 3 more AC, so I now have 21 AC.
Nice.
Oh, that's going to be hard to hit.
Can I set that to
2d12 extra 4th damage.
Yes. It's actually bonkers. Also, I get advantage on all of my attacks.
This is the
Shit.
big boy spell.
Yeah. This is a level 6 spell.
Mm.
Oh, you can't cast spells though. Okay, yes.
No.
Concentration 10 minutes.
So blade singing also gives me advantage on does it give me advantage? Or I get better
Is blade singing bonus action? Yeah, lovely.
Yep, it's bonus action. So I get bonus AC, I move faster, and I get bonus.
Hi.
Hi, Giles. Thanks
Hi,
so much for the
raiders.
raid. Hope you had a good stream. We're only in a battle with a scary wizard, but we put him in a bubble, so hopefully we're fine.
Yes, let's go.
Just a satisfying name as well. Gels Bell's great.
Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, the bad guy has literally been put in a little timeout.
Little bad guys.
Sometimes
You know what
need
this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Force Cage moment.
Yeah.
That was so good.
This is a lot less frustrating than Force Cage.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right, cool. Anything you want to add? You know, we'd like to make sure that everyone says something on their turn.
No.
No. Athel has
I don't have
chosen to
anything.
remain quiet. That's totally fine.
I think
That's
Athel
very
just
on
like
brand
kind
for
of
Athel.
I think Athel just kind of gives Haiku a look like, I don't understand why you did that, but let's go with it.
Haiku's looking back, going, "Look, we're communicating. Why aren't you pushing out?
I do have advantage on strength checks now.
Also, my own headcanon is that Thael's voice becomes significantly deeper during a transformation.
This is transformation.
Hmm.
No, I know you wanted the other
His
way.
transformation is just Blink Death spell is what's happening here.
Just for some reason gets really high pitched.
I'm going to fuck you up.
You'll regret that.
You just get
You'll regret
Tensor's
that.
voice, actually.
Yeah, that's funny.
Which is why he
Okay.
created the spell.
So, Liarum is currently in a bubble. And if I'm going to remind myself of what happens in the bubble, I just can't fucking do anything, can I?
Nope.
Nothing can pass the barrier in or out. Immune to all damage. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Can use its action to push against the sphere's wall and thus roll the sphere up to half the creature's speed.
Or Zune. What are those?
Orb.
Zorb, that's it.
Do I
Zunes.
zorb it?
Zorb it.
Out the
Zorb it
window.
off. Downstairs.
Do I
What's
zorb
Zorb?
it? Those big, like, gel bubble orb things that you can climb into and roll down a hill or something.
But you nearly always end up just like going over and over and over in them because it's impossible to stand up on them.
He's used his dash, an action to dash, and then has travelled that far, zorbing his way around.
Does he need to make a dexterity save to stay on the invisible bridge because it's narrow?
Wait,
No.
can they use dash? Because you have to use the action to push against the sphere's wall. It says in close creature can use action
You're right.
against the sphere's
Yeah.
wall.
Oh,
Look at this guy, fucking rules lawyering.
Raw. Oh.
Hasn't he learned?
He learned.
Look at this guy.
So
He
good.
knows about his
No
bubble.
more
Right,
just hits.
I've just spent
No more just hits.
I've just spent the past 2 minutes massively overanalyzing the most expensive spell I own.
No, but that's you're right. You're absolutely right.
I would call that not overanalyzing.
No, I think
Just
that's
analyzing.
fair. It's rules as written. It is what it is. Okay, Liarum says, something you can't hear. But he gestures at this orb, and he gestures at you, and he sticks his middle finger up.
I think we get the picture.
Now, from upstairs comes a charge. You hear as from above
It's probably fine.
comes atypical Jeff.
Oh,
Atypical Jeff.
Wow. Look at
Atypical.
him.
Oh shit! I don't
Atypical Jeff, the imp, comes charging down here. Again, these are names that our viewers have given us. Thank you very much, viewers. Atypical Jeff has shown up here. And he's going to attack Nugget. A 16 against AC. that enough for a
No,
nugget?
it's 18 AC nugget.
Well, then he fucking misses. Great imp work.
Great
Typical
imp.
Jeff. And he's like, I'm fucking kill you! I'm fucking kill you! Stop fucking on! Neurally, it's your turn.
Damn. Okay. They are slightly further away than I would like for them to be, so I'm going to do something different on this turn than I was planning on doing.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to be efficient and have things mapped out, and
It's
I
fine. That's just
miscounted.
not the way it works sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to guiding bolt. Zinnia. I'm trying to click, but I have the
Okay.
wrong thing highlighted, so I can't click. There we go.
Fantastic.
Oh, why
Range
didn't it
spell
roll
attack.
damage? Sorry. Oh God, roll 20, please. You're gonna kill
Right,
me.
yeah, roll 20.
Thanks,
Thanks, roll 20.
Attack. Let me try that again. There it goes.
That's it.
Why won't it roll damage?
God.
Roll 20. Why?
Roll 20.
It's 46. Hold on. Jesus Christ. 46.
Uh-huh.
Oh, fantastic.
Wow.
9.
Incredible
Wait,
damage.
wings
Yeah.
are out, so plus
Yeah.
13 radiant damage.
Woo!
Ooh.
That
So
goes
that's a
from
total of-
laughable to decent.
Yes, exactly. So
No.
it's 22 radiant damage, and the next
Yep.
attack against them has advantage.
Lovely.
And I'm going to spend 2 more sorcery points to quicken a cantrip. And I'm going to do a sacred flame against them as well. Oh my God, roll
Okey-dokey.
20, please. Please.
Thanks, roll
There we
20.
go. Dex save.
Okey-dokey. Which of these guys is it? This one, I think. Nope, it's not that one. It's this one.
And this doesn't technically take away the advantage because I'm not attacking them. It's a dex save.
Okay, 2 seconds. Just quickly change his. I've given him too much health and too much AC. Just not much damage, and then you hit him again. It's a dex saving throw,
Mm-hmm.
which he fails.
So it's another 15 radiant damage.
One little sacred flame.
One little sacred flame.
Lovely. He's looking pretty fucked up. Or
Good.
she's looking pretty fucked up.
They can't take away my wings as far as I know. I'm gonna go another 5 feet in the air, and I'm gonna. Oh my God, please. I'm gonna hover over this way.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
With a little 10 next to your name, I guess.
Yeah, I'm switching up the numbers.
Wonderful. And typical Jeff shows up.
Oh.
Typical Jeff, always late.
What is typical Jeff?
What are they?
Typical Jeff.
Gotta zoom in on these things before you start asking questions. There are artists out there really annoyed by people going, "What is this supposed to be?"
You're right. I should
special.
do it. Let me.
You know.
They've got an axe. I can't tell because most of them is under a door symbol.
It's
Yeah.
it's the perspective. For some reason, I'm not expecting them to be looking top down. I don't know
Well,
why.
typical Jeff is here, and she's ready to fuck your shit up.
with a chicken head on a stick.
I think it's one of those those grabby tools you get as a kid.
Oh yeah.
It's got like a
Well, the old people
Tyrannosaurus.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
grab you.
Who should I do this to? Who would this be the most fun to do to?
Typical Jeff.
How far away is Nerly?
I feel like I'm too far. Definitely.
Whatever it is, it's too far.
Nearly's also floating over the edge of something.
I would like Nerly to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, not
Oh
again.
no.
Not again.
Hate that. Hate that.
Anyone want to give me some d6s?
No, no,
No,
no,
they don't.
no.
Don't
no,
do
move
it,
on.
don't do it.
It's-
Don't do it unless you hate me. And then I guess let me know if you hate me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Well, the magic doesn't work. You are able to resist the polymorph spell.
Oh, God.
Oh my god!
Yeah, okay, that would take the wings away, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you feel a tug, you see just for a moment in your mind's eye, you see a hoof on one of your hands, and then it goes away. You're okay. You're all right. You're fine.
God.
You're still you.
After all.
That would have been hilarious, actually.
Typical Jeff hides behind the door.
That's right, typical Jeff.
So embarrassed.
Typical Jeff.
Eat
Wait a
shit!
Wait a second, is their staff just a wabberjack?
Over here we've got Eleron, who is currently invisible. He is going to. Can he get past? Can he get past? I did say it was 10 foot across. He is going upstairs.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Whoop.
Still invisible,
He's going
right?
upstairs. He is still invisible. Yes, that's the only reason he's trying to pull this shit off. Noticing that we're getting quite close to the end of our session. Let's see what Slef does. That's not got that many useful things.
That's good.
Oh,
He had the one useful.
I'm gonna say about that thing.
Ooh.
Okay,
There's a wall there.
I'm going to attack Nugget for a 26 against AC.
I'm gonna
What is
make
your
it attack
obsession?
me,
Oh,
my married combatant.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just also so much fun for me. This other hitting Nugget would have been fun. This could be more fun. I don't know how it's going to go. So you have a 26 against AC. You can do your usual uncanny whatever the fuck you need to do.
Yeah.
Because you're going to take 18 points of psychic damage as this noble prodigy stares you in the eyes, or rather tries to stare Nugget in the eyes and give a coarse slap across the face, like, respect me! But you somehow manage to duck. You kind of like pull Nugget out of the way, and as you do so, kind of like slaps you on the ankle. You take some serious points of damage, but also you are charmed until the start of the noble's next turn.
Oh, that's going to be awkward.
So the charmed condition, you cannot harm the charmer. You can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with damaging abilities or magical effects.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
You are, it's not as bad as old school charm. It's also not a full-on charm. It's a
Yeah.
a charmed
Slap charm.
charm infused slap.
Gotcha.
Oh shit! I get to do that a couple of times actually. I didn't realize. I thought it was a one-time thing. I get to do it 3 times.
Oh, geez.
This next one's against Nugget, 27 against AC hits, and the third one's against Nugget again for 20 against AC. So these do.
I assume I can't make them be pointed at me if I'm charmed by it.
I mean, yours isn't a reaction, is it? Like to redirect it.
No.
So yeah, you can take it. If you want to take it, you're welcome to take it.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Okay, so that is in total 37 points of additional damage.
Ooh.
As he just keeps trying to strike your mount, and try and strike Nugget. You just keep slapped around the ankles.
Did I just change my health to 37 rather than minusing 37?
You hadn't taken any damage yet, so
Okay, let's go back up.
because you avoided Liaram's strike at the beginning.
And then -9,
Mm-hmm.
and then -37.
Yep.
No,
It just happens to be
it's
37.
it
Oh, yeah,
happens to be
74 minus
37.
37, yeah.
That's fine.
Amazing.
Okay, so let's put a little charm logo on you. I've got so many logos. Which of them is a charm logo?
It's got to be
there
a
you go.
heart, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
hearts.
Yeah, there you go.
And now my question to you is: would you like to take your turn here, knowing that you are charmed, or would you like 2 weeks to think about what you're going to do?
Does it mean that I can't hit anyone?
No,
Like
you
I
can hit
couldn't
the other guys. You just can't hit Sleth.
Right. Then I'd probably just hit atypical Jeff then.
Fuck
Is
'em up.
atypical Jeff smaller than you? Or
Yeah.
smaller than Nugget?
Yes.
Then you get advantage as well, right?
Yeah.
Because I would say unmounted.
Hell yeah.
One more.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah,
that's
and if you
216.
got advantage, then you get your sneak attack.
Heck yeah.
Ooh,
20.
Wow,
Ooh.
that's real good.
Jesus.
Oh, I got 2 crits in.
Okay, so let's go and add all this together, shall we? That's that plus this. You've done over double his health in damage in one strike. Atypical Jeff
See you later.
bursts into flames as the sword cuts directly through him once again. He goes, "Fuck you," as he bursts into ash.
The mic sort of cutting off that actually made it help.
Don't worry, we've got some more imps coming up. Don't you worry. Wonderful. So we'll put a pause there, shall we?
Yeah.
Unless you want to finish your turn. Is there anything else you want to do your turn?
When because Nugget gets to attack when I'm attacking on my turn. Does
Yep.
it have to be the same? It's not the same person, right? It can be
Doesn't
anyone.
have to be no.
Okay.
He could attack Sleth because he's not charmed.
Yeah, Nugget's gonna do that. 15
That is a miss.
and fight on their own turn.
That's a hit. And subtract that health from there. Okay.
Okay.
And we'll skip past your turns there, putting Haiku on our turn order here. And a little reminder in chat. Nerally flying. Ethael has. Oh yeah, you got that. Oro temp charmed till end of left turn.
Can I say something being charmed?
Of course you can. But remember, you think this guy's your bestie.
Yeah, I wanted to be like, oh my god, Steph, you look so hot today.
You say that with a sword on fire in your hand and the burning remains of an imp.
Oh no,
you
now it just looks
turned
menacing.
into ash. Yeah, it looks menacing. It looks menacing as fuck. I thought that was your intention. It looked genuinely scary.
You know, that's hilarious. I exactly knew what was going on.
There you go, so for interpretation then.
Liarum is in Resilient Sphere. There we go. In chat, so we can remember it for our next session.
Nice.
Any other bits and bobs you want to try and remember, do feel free to put them in the chat.
Yeah, I'll just note it down.
Otherwise,
Slapsy.
Slep is sexy.
Slepsy.
Slepsy.
For now.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks everybody for playing.
Yeah. GG's.
Nice to play a little bit of
Level
D&D
Fun
as
in a
always.
fight
Mm.
in a
Mhm.
tower
Oh, I
with a
think.
wizard.
In a
Whoa.
wizard's
The
tower.
wizard's duel.
Oh.
Not really a duel, but yeah.
I said multi-party duel.
Hmm.
It's a fight.
Mm.
There's a lot of wizards, okay?
There's so many wizards.
Can't wait till my next turn when I get to cast slow again for the first time in forever.
Oh shit. Oh
I was
no.
gonna do it before, but I couldn't get more than one in there. But now there's 3 of them, so I can at least get 2.
Oh, do any of my guys have slow? Any of my guys have slow?
Now it's an
Maybe.
overlooked spell.
Yeah, against wizards. Crikey. Crikey.
Just
Imagine.
okay.
Go ahead.
sorry, no, you go.
I was just gonna say it takes you 2 turns to cast a spell.
Yeah.
Imagine shooting against wizards and then taking 2 turns to cast a spell each time. It'll probably fail in all of them now, but I'm gonna try it. See what happens.
It's all right, just next time I'm gonna do a bigger plea for more D6s from the chat.
No, you don't need more.
No, we don't need a plea. Oh, just
Come
as
on,
a
surely chat wants us to level so we can have cooler stuff.
yeah, level, and then we can be really
Sorry,
cool
go
and
ahead,
fun.
Jenny.
We were saying in the other break that Leonor did something, and we've made a new thing now. So just as an update, in our single bathroom, like extra bathroom, there's just a toilet and a sink. It's got the picture of Jack in now that used to be on Tom's webcam that he used to put on Be Right Back, but it's in the bathroom now. So whenever anyone goes to that bathroom, they say, I'm going to go visit Jack. And Leonor took it upon herself to take a selfie with the picture of Jack. So I think, you know how people sometimes have like silly visitor books that are like in their bathroom, like so you can like rate the experience. I think it should be like, if you visit Jack, you have to take a selfie, and then we print that selfie and we can put it in the bathroom with Jack and all of his visitors.
Okay. You know what's so funny about this? I did that my freshman year of university. I lived in a suite, so there were 2 of us in one room. We shared a bathroom with 2 other girls in the other side, and one of the girls in the other side went and bought a bunch of like velvet and tassels and shit, and turned our shitty like dorm bathroom into a throne as a joke.
Wow.
So then we started making people take pictures on the throne, and we covered the walls of the bathroom.
Oh my
Not while
god.
they were using it, but literally the exact same shit. Had pictures of people sitting awkwardly on our thrones all
I
around
want
the
to do
throne.
that.
Yeah,
I love
that's
it.
beautiful.
I
I
love it.
totally support this idea.
I think it'll catch on. It's going to be like, you know, in like graduations and weddings, it's like, take a photo here and tag us on social media with, I visited Jack, to get featured on the board.
Well, I have to take a picture next time I drive down.
Yeah. And then every time you come over, you have to take a new photo, and it just like gets
And
more and more
replace
zoomed.
it. Yeah.
I love the idea of it has to be posted on social media to count.
We can retcon that if people don't want to post it.
I love that so much.
Just have an Instagram page dedicated to it.
Yeah, like people have for like their
Visiting
dogs.
Jack.
Visiting Jack.
Other people start hanging your picture in their toilets and talk about visiting Jack.
Oh my god. Okay, brilliant. Well, let's do a little raid. We won't be here.
Get it out of the popped out chat, so I actually get to go with it. Okay. Now you can do it.
We won't be here next week,
Mm.
but we should maybe be back the week after, I think. Question mark?
Could be.
Damn it, the people I was going to raid just went offline. Damn it.
Happens to the bit.
Boys. What's TFF? Oh, that might just be what the thing's called. I don't need to worry about it.
I don't know. Maybe.
Right,
Question mark.
The famous 5.
Nice, thank you. Okay.
The Fantastic Four, I guess it could be.
Okay, let's try these people.
Okie dokie.
Thanks so much for hanging. we might pause when I click on this end screen. So if everyone would like to make a face, now's your time. You did freeze. Beautiful faces, everyone. Let me click the start raid button. That would fucking help, wouldn't it? Jesus Christ. Okay. See you guys not next week, probably the week after. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.